I think we're live. All right. Got it. Okay. We're live. So tonight is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have an adult conversation. Um, I I want to preface this by saying that I had actually done a members only video, but then I thought, why do it like this when I could just reach out to the parties involved? And I also want to preface it by saying that my guest for tonight, um, may be controversial in some subjects on the internet. What I'm going to ask is that everyone adult tonight, and that even if I love you, if you're talking bad about my guests, we're going to remove the comments to start with. And then if that doesn't work, even if I love you, we're going to time you out until the next one. Right. So let's just all try to adult, and let's act as if we've done all this before, and that we're here. We're here like Benny doesn't know anything, right? Because Benny doesn't really know anything. So I would ask everybody to just let's just roll with it. Let's just flow with it. I've talked to my two guests, and we've all kind of agreed that, we're not going to holler over everybody. There was sort of a tech mishap for last night that is regarding some of this. So I guess without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my two guests. It is Mr. Ernest Shell and Mr. Andrew Hiltz. Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up, brother?
How you doing, Mr.
Good
Shell?
evening. How you doing, brother?
Mr. Hiltz, I'm well. So, I guess again, I don't know if you heard me, Andrew, but I did. I kind of, and I'll be honest with you. Some of the things that I just don't. Some of the things that I talk about in my members are they're not vulgar. I don't use vulgarity anymore. I'm kind of past expressing myself with 4-letter words, but it's a place that I will give my opinion on things that, that I just don't. I don't want to deal with the tit for tat in the back and forth on the internet. Fair enough. So I had actually made about a 19-minute members only video, and I posted it. I made it unlisted, and then I thought, you know what? Let me just reach out to Andrew myself, and then I became aware that Ernie had an interaction with Andrew last night, and that there was a tech mishap. So I really just want to take the opportunity to address a couple of questions I had, and then just kind of volley the conversation back and forth and see where it goes. I think that it could be a good forum for the three of us to have a discussion about the situation. Also prefacing it that whatever I have going on, it's not a part of this. Whatever Andrew has going on outside of this topic doesn't have a part of this. Whatever Ernie may have going on is not a part of this. Tonight, we're going to sort of encapsulate all of it just right here, and we're just going to talk about the topic at hand. Fair enough, guys?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay. Ernie, you cool with that?
100,000%, man. That's great.
Okay. All right. So, Andrew, coming into this, what do you think the topic was going to be about tonight?
Not a clue.
Okay. So the topic.
Listen, when you hit me up, I don't have a clue about what's gonna come up. I mean, I'm not. Since you pop back around on the net, I'm not gonna front. I have frequent your posts to see how you have been.
Yeah.
Since, you've been out of the fray. I see you're doing good. You're doing good things. So I was like, I don't know what's gonna come out of it. But to be honest with you, with a lot of people, I wait for that other shoe to drop. Like, oh boy, here we go.
Sure, absolutely, and I hope to, some particular fraction of the community that, I think that with the consistent change that I can represent, that I hope that the people that weren't bought into it before, maybe they're bought into it now. Not that I'm selling anything, but that, this is just the way that I, choose to handle myself nowadays. And I think that, I've sung the praises of this community that before I had been absolute public enemy number one. I don't think that if I was on fire, there wasn't probably but a handful of people that would give me moisture. So to come back really new and improved and having had worked on myself the way I have and continue to, that this community has really, had outstretched arms for me. Right. And that I think throughout the course of my return, I've had one out of color comment, and it was about my beard. So, I think that is sort of proof of concept that, that even here, I think that the people are inherently good. Right. I think for a long time, and probably both of my guests could probably both attest to the same fact that, maybe we get caught up thinking that the world is not inherently good and that everyone we run across, has bad juju or is evil in some sort of way. But I truly believe that, today sitting here, that that the world is inherently good, and that I'm man enough to be able to, I have a restraint now, right? Where I can kind of watch things unfold. And then, this is really the first time that since I've been back, that I've chose to make content. I hate that terminology, but to create a lingo or a dialogue about something that is sort of mass hysteria. Now, Sweetie Pie Low and Donna Serafina, we'll get to you tomorrow night. Tonight is my special guest. So the title to tonight's video, Andrew, is Hard Times or Hard Drives. And
I read that.
Okay. So, and again, this is going to be an adult conversation. I also want to preface it by saying if there's anything that you don't want to answer, I'm not going to poke and prod you for answers about it. I'm not going to belittle you or, anything of the sort. It's going to be a very stand-up conversation. If you don't want to answer something, just say, I pass. Right. So,
yeah, I got you.
Okay. So, can you give me a little insight on how all of this talk about the hard drives and phones and things has even arose?
It's because a lot of people, I've deleted a lot of comments, have been trying to, suggest that I have particular items in my computer. Since certain information came out about someone that's close to one of my children, I'm not going to say in particulars, came out about his recent activities. People have been trying to buddy me up with him and things like that, and that's not how that goes. So people have been questioning my hard drives. Well, my hard drive coincidentally wound up getting full because I play games. So I had to put a new hard drive in. And so I just happened because I'm me. I said, yep, I put a whole new hard drive in.
Okay.
And
so
it happens.
Okay. So I guess I did listen to a little bit of your stream the other night, this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just sort of, I wasn't hip to really anything that was going on. Yeah. And it was actually this comment that was pinned here that was the interesting, it was an interesting sort of prelude in. And so I started to do a little digging, right?
Yeah.
And what can you tell me about the comment that's pinned here?
Which one? Oh, those? Because I didn't speak to her all that day. I didn't know what she was up to, but she got a couple new devices herself, which of course it is what it is. I didn't even know, let alone speak to her up until about maybe an hour before this even went live. And her, Mark Terry bought her a new hard drive, and it came in. So that's why she said, "Oh, you got a new device today too." No, I just got a new hard drive.
So you got a new hard drive yesterday?
Yeah. Well, no, the day before, my
Uh-huh.
brother got one. My brother picked one up for me. I still
Okay,
got the
so-
old one. So
Okay. So for me, these are what I call hard drives, right? These are SSD. This one is
okay.
a 1 terabyte, and then this is 500 gigs. So this is 1,500 gigs of storage right here. When you say hard drive, do you mean the onboard hard drive in the computer?
The actual computer hard drive. It's right here. The actual computer hard drive.
Hold on. I'm going to make you full screen real quick.
Yeah, sorry, I got to cover
Okay.
up the email. Well, yeah, the actual computer hard drive.
Okay. So
The original hard drives, I should say.
that came factory in the computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, back
So-
when computers
ahead.
first
You got
came out,
four.
the actual things they called hard drive, sometimes.
Okay. So
So
going through the video, you had made mention that was it 2 or 3 hard drives had been removed, wiped, broken, and then given to somebody. 3.
I said that. I said that just to be a dick. I still have it. You see it. You've seen it. And I
Okay.
can't run my computer without a hard drive. So
Okay.
you've
So-
seen my hard drive. No, I only have one free floating hard drive, and that's the one I just showed you. All the rest was exaggerated and bullshit.
Okay. Ernie,
You know how I do.
do you have
You
any
should know how I
questions
am
up
by
to this
now.
point?
No,
Well,
you're
know, one of the things that got him, that everybody was concerned about is, and I know how Andrew does, and Benny, you know how Andrew is as well.
Yeah.
How he likes to he'll take somebody's question, or he'll take somebody's comment and he'll run with it. I mean, like he literally runs with it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Benny, we've all had background checks on Andrew. I mean, when it first came out and all the things that brought Andrew to the internet anyways, or brought him to YouTube pretty much, into the people's eyes. We all checked everything about him. I mean, yeah, is Andrew a sick bastard? Yes, he is. And he'll admit he is. But when it comes to the things he does, he latches on to stuff. If it aggravates somebody, guess what? He runs with it. We all know that. He does that. And the thing about it is, like I was telling everybody, and I get a lot of hit for this, and I get hit a lot for this, is it's nothing illegal that he's actually doing at the time. But now we got this right here that came up. Now, I don't know if you're familiar about how it began, about it before I don't. Hard drive.
No, please tell me. And Andrew, feel free at any time to.
Yeah, for
Ernie's
sure.
got it. You can explain it more than I can, because I don't even remember 90% of that live. So.
Okay, fire away, Ernie.
So him and another individual was on live, and I don't know if I'm not going to mention the name. Everybody knows who she is. And, of course, she was in another group, was of the Mean Girls, which we're both familiar with the Mean Girls and what the Mean Girls is with Nicolina's crew. So, these photos are circulating in everyday life. And supposedly she copies these kids' photos, and she, on the live, if you listen to the 35-second live that's on there, have you got the clips?
No.
I don't think they got sent. I don't think Benny actually got sent those, because, like
I'm in the dark
Benny
about a
doesn't
lot of this.
really go over the drama part.
Okay,
So can you just paraphrase it for me, Andrew?
So go ahead, Andrew.
It was. Lip said something about the dark web photo, and photos getting leaked over there. And I ran with it, and I said, yeah, I might know a few people, but I ain't doing it in my computer. But that's basically the just quick version of it. But I run with it for a good maybe 20 minutes after she mentions it as just fucking around. So I ran with that. People are clipped it and are running with it, saying that we play around with kids' photos on the dark web, this, that, everything else. Well, the other night I was up on Ernie's on a live. He requested that I look up the meaning for the dark web and the black market, and I did. And I read, and I gave him the Google
really quick. The dark web doesn't necessarily mean black market, does it? I mean, is there good things going on the dark web?
It's similar things, but from my understanding, the dark web is basically to avoid legal government, basically any government legal repercussions of drugs and services. That's basically what I get from the Google meaning of both of them. That's basically what they both are. But a lot of people.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
A lot of people, when you mention the dark web, instantly think pedophilia. Well, I don't blame them, because that's where a lot of nasty people like that go.
Have you ever watched anything of Alex Rosen's? Because it's not that I don't know anything about the dark web. However, what I do know is that if we're to call this the light web or the white web, however you know, there's as much. I mean, there's a free market if you listen to Alec Rosen on all of these different apps and things that aren't dark web, right? So I guess, and let me sort of dovetail into the next question. Do you know how to access the dark web?
No. I mean, you gotta pay like third, fourth party people just to even get a proper link to it. From what I was reading just off a simple Google search, it's not something you could simply just access. I don't personally play on it, but I did mention also in that live that the only thing I know about the dark web, it's not a good place to be. But I also noticed that if you type in dark web on YouTube, you will see there are thousands and thousands of videos of people doing mystery boxes from them.
What is that? A lot of things they bought from.
Yeah, like a mystery box, like you'd buy a mystery box of like tech or whatever. It's basically, but you bought it off the dark web, and that's what I watch, because some of the YouTubers I watch did that type of thing. But anything that they found like that pertained to human unaliving, things like that, they would turn into the police and edit that. They'll start it off where they're calling them, and then they'll edit everything else out, and then go to like, oh, well, we're going to finish what we can, and then hand it over to the police. So like that's basically all I know about it. Well, okay. I don't know. But like I said, I see a lot of YouTubers doing that kind of thing. Personally, me, no. I wouldn't know how to access it even if you paid me.
Okay. So how do you feel? I mean, I guess it's a rhetorical question, but how do you feel about the ramifications of some of the content that has been made in the past few days? Like, how do you feel that ramifies through your life?
Well, in all honesty, dude, I'm just running with it. I'm running with it. Like, I got nothing better to do. I'm running with it. Because, in all honesty, dude, I'm running 3 separate channels, including my main, trying to get out from underneath the drama and move to something else on a different side of YouTube and whatnot, and build up my other channels. And then you got days where I'm not even home and I'm being accused of being in places. The dark web I would have to say is a bad place. But like I said, I don't know much other than what basically the internet says about it.
Okay. So now I don't know.
So can I say something real fast, Benny?
Please, Ernie, go ahead.
So here's the thing: your friend, and we all know who she is. You
Uh-huh.
know, what with the video, and I wish Benny had it. Now somebody said that Chasing Justice on her wall or something that she had the video, but what it is and what it is when she's on there, and this ain't got nothing portraying you, but she was on your panel when it happened. She was on your channel, and she said, "I gave those photos." And the rest of it to known pedophiles or people, and the question aroused, well, how do you know these people? When it comes to that, you got to go back to the who, what, when, where, how. That's the questions that's going to be asked. Well, how did
I don't think,
go ahead.
But look, I don't really think she gave it to him. I just think she said that just to piss the person off.
But yeah, but see, that's what I'm trying to say. But when you say something, it's like, like the guy. Have you seen the guy that's been accused of with the school shootings and stuff? And all he was doing is posting Facebook memes and everything, and that's all he was posting. And he said one thing about a shooting or something that had happened in Perry County over in another state, and it was like, what in the world is going on? So he gets a hit with a $2 million bond, and he's just now getting out of jail. Literally, like he spent 31 days in jail, and now the sheriff's department is just now dropping those charges, and he's getting out of it now. But look what he had to do. See what Lips did in the law. The law states it's CSAM. Okay, it's CSAM. Is what it is. Now, if you distribute a photo of some sort, of some kind, it don't matter whether it has nudity in it, it don't matter what it is. And if it's a minor, then, she can be hit with what's called a Class C felony. I mean, it's crazy how she just admitted that she did it. Not saying that look, I understand that what you're saying is she's saying she did, that this didn't happen. But here's again, remember we talked about, you don't know who people are behind closed doors. Do you know for a fact that you didn't do that? Because she had the photos. Go ahead.
Well, see that. My reasoning to believe that she really didn't do it is because she's been sitting on like a full computer of every message and whatever that she's ever had forever and hasn't released nothing to nobody about anything. So, I mean, she may have the photos, but it doesn't mean I particularly know what she does with them on a daily.
Right. So here's what I'm getting at. If you look at it, and not saying that she did it or not, but it's distribution of child sexual material. Even though it don't have to be material that's sexual in nature. It can be used for that, and that's what that's what the charges is. And I don't know that there have been people that's contacted law enforcement over this. There's a big thing with this right now. A lot of people, like literally, man. They're going to go back to you because it was on your panel and what everybody's already said that you are and who you are and all that. It's automatically going to be in your lap, and that's what everybody's looking at now. And that's pretty much probably why all this came up. And then, of course, guess what? The hard drives. Damn. When you said that, it blew. When everybody said, "Oh, we got rid of the hardware, the hard drive, or the hard drives," and then Lips even put on there that she got rid of her phones and getting new phones. Well, the whole internet's going to blow up, and that's what happened. And now that's why people are wanting to know what happened, and that's what I was telling you last night before my phone messed up. Go ahead.
So I guess that's where I enter back into the question about the ramifications, right? Like, at what point is the troll too much if it's a troll, right? And I think that a lot, and I'm not saying that anyone is involved in anything, right? Let me preface that way, but
I know that.
by saying that,
listen,
go ahead.
I was over it. I was over it 2 hours after it even come and hit my channel. Okay, I was over it. I was already over it, and then I just said, you know what? We're gonna go with it. We're gonna run with it, and then I'm gonna be done with it. And I've been done with it. I've been done with it since I got out of bed yesterday morning. It's just one monotonous thing after another with it, and it's like you could take what we say, run it to who you got to. I have nothing personally to hide. So if anybody wants to go through my shit, go ahead. I even offered personally to show what is on that other hard drive.
Okay, so
just to prove a point.
so just so I get the math right, you spoke on 3 hard drives.
I have all 3 of them. I got the one in my computer now.
Okay.
This one that I have in my hand, and the one in this computer. That makes 3.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
I'm sitting on 3 hard drives as we speak.
the ones that you said were wiped, broken, and then given to someone else to be buried away from
That was
you,
fabricated.
that's troll. Okay.
Yeah, that was fabricated.
Okay. Fair enough.
Admit that was fabricated. I only
Okay.
own what I can show you.
Now, the one thing that I had kind of dovetailed into in my members video was that, you know, and I guess instead of sort of hiding behind the members wall, but just saying, you know, saying it to you, like, so do you remember the scenario with Jose's phone?
Yup.
How Jose's phone was allegedly given to whom? Jeffy?
Yeah.
And then the phone went on a boat, right?
Well, like I said, Jeffy told me it was with him. Jose said he took it with him and threw it in the Bering Sea.
Right.
I left, and I kind of debunked that when I proved Jose never made it on a boat. He was just at the cannery. I mean,
okay.
Where that phone would be at this point in time, probably God only knows.
So let me ask you this: do you feel like the whole Jose and the phone and the Bering Sea and the boat? Do you feel like that was a troll too, or do you feel like that was actually what may or may not have happened to that phone?
I think it was just. I think that at that point that was a troll because I myself produced evidence that he was only hired to work at the cannery, not to be on the boats.
Okay.
So I took that as it was just an extra shock and awe thing because, you know, he was getting all that attention.
But I guess you see how some people may digest that information when they know the whole lore of not just what Andrew is doing this week on the internet, but what Andrew may have played a part in terms of what was available to see the whole period, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at any point, they could have sat there and asked, like, yo, can you produce, like, these hard drives? And I would have showed them the only 2 I could, because obviously I'm using the 3rd one or my PC wouldn't be on. I mean,
okay.
That's why they're sitting here, because I showed them yesterday on a live. Like, listen, these are all I got.
Okay.
But so here's the thing. You know, when you say about hard drives, Andrew, it's not necessarily the tangible hard drives that they're talking about. It's what's inside those hard drives. That's what the whole thing about it is. You know, you could go out here and buy
like I said, I can show them on them.
Right. I'm not trying to insinuate anything. I'm just saying that's what people are concerned about is what's inside those hard drives. Correct, Benny?
I think that, yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with Ernie that I think that once suspicion is raised about where they are, what they are, you know, specifically, and then, you know, what type of hard drive, I mean, and then I think the glaring question is what could be the content right now.
Yeah. I can honestly sit here and tell you that what you're going to find on both of them is video games and the save files.
Okay. Now, this is also going to kind of my next line is going to kind of lay into the whole trolling bit, right? So okay. I think that your brother, I think that Ericon has, I think he in terms of when he's on the up and up, I think your brother is a very intelligent guy, and I think that he could be very well spoken. But then when Ericon is not on his A game, Ericon will post videos in basements with bags with blood on them that say Summer Wells. So can I ask, without tiptoeing around the situation, what is is there like a dopamine release for trolling in that level?
For me,
I mean, is there a feel good chemical that's associated to trolling to that degree?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I enjoyed it.
It is purely just to make people ask questions.
That too, what my wife said. It's purely to make people ask questions, and I get some level of enjoyment out of it because I ain't gonna lie to you, Benny. When in my younger years, I used to love stirring that shit in person. Like I'd get my ass kicked left, right, and center because I'd stir some shit I didn't belong into. I enjoyed it.
I can understand.
So I mean, I ain't gonna front. And as for Ericon, you gotta catch him on a good day. I mean, a good day, and they're few and far between.
I think what Benny Andrew, I think what Benny means is these people, they have certain ticks, and they get obviously they get off on certain things, and the people that we're talking about is people when they show things differently than what we would do. I'm not saying he's not normal or nobody's not normal, but these people, they have certain ticks. They have things that they like more than others, and then they show their true selves in these moments, and they do. It's a proven fact that they do. So what they don't understand is the reaction is what puts it out there, and they ain't thinking when they're doing it, and it's reaction doing it. So I think what he's saying is there certain something that maybe a release that happens, and then he gets extra happy about it how it makes him feel to do this.
Like that.
Okay, go ahead.
No, nothing like that. No, nothing like that. He ain't like that. No.
No, I'm not saying he is.
No. Listen, I think the first time I seen him actually really excited about anything was when he found a Nintendo Wii U for $120. I think that was like that. Like you listen. We all love our man caves. We all have them. My brother's whole fucking apartment is one giant man cave. Like he's got video. Like anytime he finds something, an old video game that's not like $500-600, he gets so excited it's unreal. Like you swear to God, he filled the cup just by purchasing the damn thing. And that's just the way that is.
So are you saying like maybe I don't know your brother. I've talked to him a couple times when I was questioning you over the deal with what was going on when I was in it. But one of the things that I kind of when I talk to him and everything is like I said, I don't know your brother, but is he maybe not on the same level as some people, and when it comes to that, maybe because he likes horror. He told me he like some stuff with horror or something like that.
He likes horror movies. I mean, he'll sit there and watch horror movies all day long. But it's just, he can memorize like 90% of the horror movies that have been released. It's just something basically for him to keep his mind off his own thoughts. That's all that is. I mean, he's got underlying medical issues that we don't talk about because he's basically normal to me because I grew up with him. So, and when he puts out something, when he was putting out the videos he was putting out, I mean, that's just the way he perceived it. He's like, okay, well, this could be what's going on. So instead of speaking on it, he put it visualizing it.
So let me ask you this real quick, Andrew. When you were referencing the hard drives and the things, you seemingly went into a lot of detail. Now you have went into detail about encryption specifically. You said that there's 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 15 step.
Yup.
And then you mentioned that you had been hacked, right?
I was once.
How many
and it
times?
will never happen again.
Okay. So
I
after
tried to
mentioning,
illegally download a movie off of
so
an
let me ask you this: the way that it came off to me, and I'm not shading you, but the way that it came off to me was that you had hard drives, you had wiped them, you had broke them, given them to someone else to throw away, but at the same time you had also been hacked. Now, if someone's trying to break in your house and you can't effectively defend yourself, what do you do?
Reach in my
Don't
nightstand drawer.
you want to call the police and find out who's trying to break into your property?
Oh no, that's what I got the 14-year-old for. She's on the phone with the police as I'm reaching in my nightstand drawer.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is like if someone's trying to hack you, isn't the route to try to find out who's doing it and put a stop?
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, yes. It's trying to figure out who's trying to get into my home. Yeah, definitely.
Right. So now apply that same metaphor to your digital life, right? So somebody's trying to hack into your digital life, they're successful. What dissuades you from getting in contact with cyber crimes and finding out who has broken into it?
What I did, why I wasn't so worried about it, is because all they took was my game data.
Okay, fair enough.
I wasn't worried about it because I don't have anything that is like, I don't have any pictures or anything on my computer or that type of thing.
Why not?
Because I have them elsewhere. I like hard copies. I'm old school. I like hard copies.
No, I agree. Me too.
I like hard copies. I can put them up around my house, show them off. I ain't got to sit there, flip through 80 million just to find one, you know?
Are you on a phone right now?
No, I'm on my computer. My phone's right here.
Can you show me a couple of hard copies right there in the room with you?
Actually, I got a whole family right here. That's a whole family right here. I have my whole family right here.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
good deal.
That's what we do. We like hard copies. I'm old school. And don't get me wrong, my mom still likes hard copy photos for her her house.
So let me ask you a question, Andrew. Are you familiar with Polaroids, right?
I'm from them days, yeah.
So what do you think about Polaroids?
They produce really good pictures for what they were at the time. I mean,
at the time. Do you ever use Polaroids?
No. Not
Never?
like forever. Not since I was like a kid, maybe. In all honesty. I think the oldest camera I got is a semi-digital somewhere.
Let me ask you this. So when you were talking about the encryption, now correct me if I'm wrong, but you said if someone was trying to hack you, it would alert your phone, your wife's phone, your brother's phone, and then back to your phone again.
It would go from me to my brother. Well, it'll go from me to my wife to my brother, over to Jeffy, and then back to my brother before I get it again.
And then this is if they're trying to hack just your account, right?
No, that goes for my account. That goes basically for any account I have in my phone.
Okay.
Because I have them all linked up to one account.
So do you mean that you have an email of Jeffy's, you have an email of Ericon's, you have an email of your wife's, all on your phone?
I got the wife's email, and I believe my 14-year-old.
So if someone's trying to hack ahiltz@gmail.com, Ericon and Jeffy both still get a notification?
Yep. I believe, unless they factory reset their phones from the last time I used them.
So they have your email logged in on their devices?
Yeah, at one point, everybody did. Because I didn't have a phone, so I was using everybody else's.
Okay, so without having a phone, you were forced to use other people's devices to access your
My
stuff.
Indeed account, to be precise.
So if someone tried to hack your Indeed, everyone would get a notification?
Well, no, I mean, Indeed would send me an email, and I'd use their phones to check it to see if the job they sent me I can get to.
What is Indeed?
So, it's a
Indeed,
website
Indeed's a
that
work
helps you
phone. It's
find
like a
jobs.
work. Yeah,
Oh, like a job fair
Yeah.
kind of app? Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'll
it's a job research job.
Gotcha.
it'll help you find a job in your area because not a lot of places do paper anymore. Yeah, I'm that old.
Okay.
So one of the questions, Andrew, that I asked you the other night was, and I was telling you, I was like, well, because of the associations with you and known pedophiles, remember? I asked you about that, and you told me, you explained it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, catch me up.
Ben's been out of the loop for over a year. I should break this down for him. Okay.
18 months. Yeah.
Okay. So let me explain to this. Okay. My littlest one. Okay. Her mother was convicted last year and sentenced to prison for sleeping with an underage.
Whose mother?
My youngest daughter's.
Your youngest daughter's mother was convicted and imprisoned for sleeping with an underage minor.
Yes.
Now, is this in Gloversville?
Yes.
Is
yes.
Gloversville is like it's a pretty tight knit sort of bedroom community,
it's an
right?
alcohol. Listen, it's an alcohol community, bro.
Does everybody know everybody's business?
It's a 2 mile wide and 2 mile long fucking town.
It's also a pretty big human trafficking hub.
Is it?
I wouldn't know.
So were you aware of this relationship that your baby's mom was having with the minor?
No.
I
wasn't aware until after I saw the Vine link picture that was sent to the Vine picture that was sent to me.
Do you have custody of that daughter?
Joint. I have joint.
Now you have full?
No, I have joint as of the beginning of this year. My daughter is currently with her grandparents.
Grandma. Okay. So getting a firmer grasp on it all, understanding, and again, no shade, but understanding how there's some truth mixed in with the troll, right?
Yep.
And that it's a little bit hard to differentiate which moving part goes where, right?
Yeah. But also, there was new information that came to light pertaining to, like I said, one of my children and one of their family members having CP in their PC and them getting convicted. So
is this in Gloversville?
Yes. And with
a relative of yours?
No, a relative of one of my children, not
gotcha.
Mine.
Okay.
And with that's when questions started arising about my PC and what I do with my children.
Now, is this just internet speculation or is this real world
type shit that got brought that shouldn't have, because nobody would have placed the child and that person together because they don't share last names.
So are you saying, like, has your digital devices been searched by police as a result of this?
No. But a lot of people on the internet want my devices searched because all these disgusting people that are supposedly surrounding my children.
Okay. So let me say this. One of the biggest things that happened in Gloversville, and it was just a few months, literally like 2 months, maybe a few months before Summer went missing, was one of the biggest human trafficking things in Gloversville, right where you're at, Andrew, in the area you're at, and only just a few. It happened. You can look in, I think it was April of 2021. It was one of the biggest human trafficking things. Do you remember that?
But
okay, so
April 2021. No, I was drunk and sitting with my children. I believe playing video. No, we were watching a movie.
I think it was if my mind, I think it was on April 28th. April 28th. It was one of the biggest things in New York. New York is huge.
It was
And
tied.
I
It
think there
was
was
tied to a lot of
15,
fucking places.
right. But Gloversville is where the hub was at.
That's where. Listen, Gloversville is where that went down. But a lot of people that were involved in that weren't even from the area.
Are you familiar with it? Can you speak on that, Andrew? Because I mean, I'm not really. I just I know about it from where I work in.
From what I read, it was a large multi-person CP ring that got busted, and a lot of the people weren't even from the local area. But I was like, okay, gotta keep my kids closer. I mean,
okay,
Gloversville is known for a lot of dumb shit, and a lot of people from New York City and Albany come up to these smaller towns because they believe they can get away with the shit they couldn't do in the bigger cities.
Now, let me interject really quick. So what the takeaway from that last paragraph you said was, as a result of things that have taken place in Gloversville, you've kept your children closer, right?
Yep.
So,
I mean, shit. Before we moved out of there, I was walking them to school every day of the week. They didn't leave my house without being tracked. I mean, their uncle and grandmother lived literally 4 blocks away from us, and I escorted them everywhere. I wouldn't let them out of my sight unless they were with a family member, a trusted family member.
You probably wouldn't even let nobody talk bad about your kids, would you?
Oh, no. Shit, my kids won't let anybody talk bad about them. No, they got mouths. They'll say what they got to say.
You got a pretty tight family bond with the kids then. Like they can come to you for anything, right?
Yeah, but they choose not to. They're teenagers.
No, I understand. I'm only painting, the tightness of the family dynamic. So now let's look through the lens of empathy real quick, right? Looking through the lens of empathy, let's just imagine for a moment that somebody came on and said, hey, we took photos of Andrew's daughters and put them on the internet, and that who knows where they're being put, what they're being used for. How would that maybe make you feel?
I'd be pissed off about it, but at the end of the day, once it's on the internet, you can't do shit about it. It's already wherever it's got to go.
No, I understand, and I think that's.
To be honest with you, I'd bitch, complain about it, throw a fit over it, but at the end of the day, there's really nothing I can do. I mean, cops won't do shit. Nobody's gonna do shit. It's me bitching and complaining about some fucking creeper taking a picture and blasting it across the internet. There's nothing I could legally do about it. So, I mean,
when you said you paraphrased what it was that was the source of all of this, without paraphrasing it, can you tell me verbatim what started all this? Like, what was the actual audio? If the best that you can, tell me.
It's because Lips was pissed off at somebody in her group chat.
So this is a private chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she goes, well, I can send pictures. Well, she goes, I got pictures. You sent us pictures, said so, and then she went into mentioning the dark web. And then she goes, well, you don't know who's jacking off to them, and I could send them to some creep or whatever. But I mean,
where can I find this clip? Is there a place that I can hear it
I think
verbatim?
Ernie posted it. Ernie, isn't it in your post page, buddy?
I've got it. Let me see if I can play it right fast for you, Benny. Hold on a second. Let me see what I got here. Benny, let me see if I can send this to you in a message chat and see if you can upload this to your something. That way you can.
And again, like I'm not.
What?
I want to be very clear. Like I'm not here to start a war with anyone.
I throw that out
because I'm not just so.
How much caffeine's left?
So looped into all of it. Like I hear a lot of the ruckus. I hear the reverb of it everywhere. I for myself want to hear, what it was, right? And again, like where it derived from at this point?
I mean, I've been waiting to figure out which live it was, so
Okay.
I can slap it back up there, so everybody has the whole context instead of just the 35 seconds. But I can't figure out personally which fucking live it was because I do so many of them. I mean, I've asked everybody for the last 3 days to name the live it's on, and I will go back and play it. Like, I got no qualms with that. But it seems to be everybody wants to run with the bullshit instead of saying, okay, well, this is where it's from. Can you go over it? Personally. And it's like, okay, it's private. No, it's not private.
Well, here's one of them. I'm going to put this up here for you guys. I'm gonna put this over here. I'll play this one right here. See if I can turn this up for you all. That way everybody can hear it. If somebody, if you all can send me the rest of them, I'm gonna go and let me undo this right here
for you all. That way everybody can hear it. If somebody,
hold on one second here.
I'm gonna go.
Hold on a second here. I didn't mean to do that there. Okay, so let's see. This right here is one of them right here. You ready, guys? Here we go. Let me see if I can play it right here. See if it goes. Here we go. Here's one of them. I think this is one of them right here. Okay.
You said it.
Here we go. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Let's see. This is something else that was said. Hold on. This is not it. Let me go back here a second.
Okay, while he's looking for it, or while you're looking for it, Ernie. So Amber, she's been pretty adamant that the ladies, she says, we share our kids and grandbabies in the private chat. It's private. They're not supposed to be shared with anyone other than us in the private chat. Now,
that I understand that.
So to step back just a little bit in the timeline of what we've talked about, let's assume for a moment, Andrew, that the photo of it through the lens of empathy, right? Let's say that your daughter's photo was a one-of-a-kind photo. It hasn't been anywhere on the web anywhere. You shared in a private chat. It gets taken from the private chat or not taken from the private chat, whichever one, right? But the verbiage, the talk or the dialogue is that it's taken from a private chat and then put onto the dark web. Is that different than you just posting that picture on Facebook where it's publicly available and then it's taken from there?
From my take on that, if you're sending it privately to somebody, it should sit there. But
okay.
I mean,
I agree.
If there is beef, if later on down the road it becomes beef, and then there's a lot of animosity between the two people, and people say a lot of dumb shit when they're pissed. I mean, I got plenty of private messages, and not a damn one of them. Where's my thing? Not a damn one of them will, I would produce out there, even though I don't like people. Oh, by the way,
Ernie, I think I have it right here, buddy.
I just sent you the link in back chat too.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out. I don't think that's the right one. No, that's
okay.
Not the
So
right one. I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's the clip. Here's one of the clips right here, Benny. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead and put me up there. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead right here. Here's one of them.
They need to go maybe on the dark web, stuff like that.
No. I told you I can't do that with this computer.
Oh yeah.
I have to get another one first.
Or know people. Yeah.
I know people, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like,
we got all the time in the world. I mean, we got time. This doesn't have to happen yesterday. It doesn't have to happen today. It don't have to happen tomorrow. But yeah.
So listen, this is what I'll do. Okay, I'll have you drop me some addies. Okay.
Yeah. That works.
Old Spice Gentleman Super Hydration Body Wash. Vanilla and shake. 24/7.
me, and I'll put up a few
I promised I would do them.
requests in some places to get listen, this is what I'll do, okay? I'll have you give me some addies, and I'll put up some requests in some particular areas for, some things to happen, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, pause it real quick. Ernie, if you would, please.
Snitcholino wants to.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. Addies, is that short? Is that like abbreviated for addresses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that is addresses.
Okay. So
I never received the addresses, by the way.
who were they supposed to come from?
I was running with Lips was pissed off at Nicolina. I was pissed off with Nicolina because she was talking because she started talking ish on me. So I turned around and I was like, you know what? Let's just run with it. So we ran with it. Lips said what she said. I said, just give me the addresses and I'll get a hold of people. I don't know anybody. Who the fuck am I getting a hold of?
Okay. Fair enough.
Who am I getting a hold of? The spider in the corner of my in my living room corner? Like,
For the sake of transparency, though, what was the intent that you were trying to pass off?
shock all and to piss her off even more.
So, but when you say, what were you going to do with the addresses? Like what were you trying to?
I was trying to put it out there that I know more people than I play, and I really don't. And I was putting it off like you need to keep running your fucking mouth, and shit will accidentally on purpose get put out there.
Okay. Go ahead, Ernie.
But Ernie, can you email me that clip so I can figure out which live it's from, please?
So yeah, well, what I do is just a clip. It ain't even on a live. It's a clip that was sent that I had in Messenger. And if the person will send me the other two messages, there's one more that was that started this whole thing. It's 35 seconds. If you'll send me that other clip,
that may be the one I have right here, Ernie.
Okay.
Let's check this out.
Oh, no. I told you I can't do that with this computer.
Oh, yeah.
I have to get another one first.
Or know people. Yeah.
I know people, but I'm not going to sit there and be like...
We got all the time in the world. I mean, we got time. This doesn't have to happen yesterday. It doesn't have to happen today. It don't have to happen tomorrow. But yeah.
So listen, this is what I'll do. Okay? I'll have you drop me some addies. Okay.
Yeah.
That
works.
Old Spice Gentleman Super Hydration Body Wash. Vanilla.
I mean, maybe we got
24/7 more.
Maybe, and I'll put up a few
I promised I would do them.
requests in some places to get some listen, this is what I'll do. Okay. I'll have you give me some addies and I'll put up some requests in some particular areas for some things to happen. Okay.
I think that I understand this. Now, there was a connotation. Ernie Kaz says, check your messenger. There was some connotation, and I don't know where it fits into the context of all this, but it was something about masturbation in pictures.
Yeah. She just threw that out there. That there's no weight behind that. She just threw that out there. There's no weight on that.
Okay.
It basically at that whole from my understanding of just that 30-second clip, because I really have to go back and actually watch that live to get more understanding of just that clip. My understanding is we're both pissed off at somebody, so we're saying anything and everything to piss them off and to run with it. So it's basically one of those, screw you, we're gonna tell you what we need to whatever we need to just to piss in your soup more because we're enjoying trolling your ass.
Kaz, if you could send that over right now, it'd be awesome. It's on a laptop, so it ain't updating all my messages. It only went so far as that one video, and you all could send it over. Somebody could send that over to me. It's a 35-second video. Go ahead, guys. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. So let me ask you this, Andrew,
Mhm.
and respectfully. I have trolled myself. I thought I was trolling other people and trolled myself, right?
Oh yeah, I troll myself. I've been trolling myself for the last 3 days.
Yeah,
Shit.
I've went to the bottom of the barrel in a lot of the things that are still on this internet that will outlive me. I'm ashamed of, right? That being said, what's the bottom of the troll barrel? Thank you, Miss Bjarnason. I sure appreciate you, baby. Thank you very much.
Bottom.
What
of
is the
troll
bottom
barrel?
like?
I don't even know.
Where like when what's Andrew's threshold? When does Andrew say, you know what, like that's too far, or this is too far, or like what's the parameter?
I don't even
Because
know.
let me be honest with you.
I mean, I ain't gonna front. My wife will sit there. I'll cross a lot of lines out there trolling people, and saying a lot of dumb shit, and then I'll end the live. And if I cross uncomfortable lines that are supposed to be there that I don't see, nor really give a damn about most of the time because I'm too pissed off, my wife will sit there and yell at me for 45 minutes about it, and then I'll come up and apologize for certain lines that I crossed. Because, I mean, when I get pissed off, I go for the races. And that's all it is. And
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Nah, you good.
So, what I do understand is that, have you ever seen a bird with blinders on?
Yep.
I grew up going, I would go to Michigan for the summer times, and one of my dad's neighbors, he owned a pheasant reserve where hunters could come and they could pay to select birds. They'd put them in boxes. He'd go release them, and then you could chase them down with dogs and shoot them, right? But certain birds, while they're going through their juvenile phase, they put blinders on them, right? So that they're only focused and pecking on what's right in front of them, right? My point in the metaphor is that when you have blinders on like that, you're sort of oblivious to you are the bigger person, right? Yeah. You don't worry about this bird over here, right? There's no displaying for dominance. There's no pecking order, right? You remove the pecking order when you have the blinders on, right? And I think that the best way to say it is like, it isn't specific to Nicolina. It's for every personality on the internet. The cheat code to win is to ignore them, right? Do you agree?
Well, yeah. I mean,
okay, I got it here, Benny. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay, I just got an email too, so it will. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, listen, there's a lot of shit that, as of last year or so, that I ain't spoke on. A lot of people have said a lot of shit, and I'd let it go for months, and just be like, just ignore it, go away. And then it wouldn't go away, and then I'd come up, and then I'd give I'll do the whole trolling thing, the whole shock and awe thing, and then it'll be tit for tat for a couple of weeks, and then everybody will just move on.
1 second. KL, thank you so much for your contribution, Queen. She says Fulton County, Herkimer, New York, hub for trafficking. Where's that in relation to you?
What, Herkimer?
Yeah,
that's a county over.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
Let me ask you something, Andrew. One thing before you continue. During that trafficking bust, it was in Gloversville. At that time in April, you hadn't actually lived in Gloversville, had you? In April,
Yeah.
that's what I
was back
thought.
in I moved. I went back to Gloversville in the beginning of 16.
It's
Before
what I
that,
thought.
hold on. Before that, I left November of 15.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, when this bust happened, did you happen to know any of the people that was busted? Do you know where this was taking place at? Do you know how far from your house this was? I'm just
No.
asking.
No clue where it was. No clue who was involved in it.
Okay, so without doxing you, and I don't want to do that, but that this was only like a few streets away from you.
Probably not. Let me look it up and I'll tell you.
Okay, look it up and give me a direction, because what I'm looking at on my GPS where this actually happened, well, like you said, there was a couple people, but there was 15 people that was arrested in this sting operation. It was actually a more of a sting operation, what it was. And while you're looking that up, can we play this video, Benny? And this right here is what started the whole thing with the hard drive thing. This is the whole thing that got everything and everybody uproared.
Yeah, go ahead. I think it may. So, just for clarification and transparency purposes, Andrew, this is the video that you were asking for the title. It's Earn, Burn, Simps.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to go look at it though.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll go look at it.
Go ahead, Ernie.
Okay, here we go with this. Here we go with this, guys. Everybody ready? Here we go.
Thank you,
No.
Nicolino.
Nobody said dark web anything. I made a comment here, and I said, don't worry.
Just said that.
Yes, I said, don't worry, Kaz. Remember that day that we were talking about Kaz and their nieces and all that? I said, don't worry, Kaz. I give your pictures to the right people. I didn't say dark web. They made that assumption. That's why I made an open comment like that. So they could assume what I did with them.
Okay, so she doesn't want to project the ideal that these photos were sent to the dark web. However, she's saying they were sent somewhere, correct? Can we agree to that?
From my understanding of it. Yeah, we
because
agree to that.
The word she says, she didn't say I was going to give. She said I gave those photos, meaning it's past tense that it's happened. Gave is an attention, and that's what I was looking at. But here's the thing: she mentions something that nobody's brought up, Andrew, and she says, "Do you remember that day we were talking about those kids' photos? Do you remember that?" She said that in the beginning, like a past tense, like you guys was already talking about it on a different live or maybe on a phone call or something. Do you happen to do you recollect anything of that?
No.
Because let me show you right here, and I don't mean to take up too
much. Recall the conversation, but I'm sure it has. Many conversations have come up about that type of thing, especially when we're talking about missing and things like that in private chats. So that kind of thing does come up when you're talking about it, but it doesn't mean it's directed towards anybody. And I'm looking at that fucking bus you were talking about. Yeah, that was mainly just one person from Gloversville, and I don't even know who it is. But all the rest are not even from here. They're all from the Albany area.
Right. I know that, but they pulled them to Gloversville for the bust. The bust happened in Gloversville. Look up the location.
But what I'm saying is there was only one.
Yeah, I understand that. From
what I am reading, there was only one person from Gloversville, but all the rest were from the city.
Do you see the location where the bust happened at, Andrew?
No, I do not. Yeah, town of Rotterdam.
Okay.
That wasn't even in Gloversville. That was the town of Rotterdam.
Okay, let's do this really quick.
April 21, 21. Yeah.
April 28th. April 28th. There was another one, the big one, the 15th one.
Do me a favor, Ernie.
Yeah. Finish
Can
playing
you
it.
run this clip back to the beginning, and then let's listen to it all the way through its entirety, so that because it's my fault. I stopped you because I was trying to get clarification on, her making a clarification on it. Well, it wasn't sent to the dark web; it was sent over here, so that I can get a grander, fuller context. Can you play it from zero through entirety, please?
Yeah. Here we go. Here's the clip. You ready?
Thank you, sir.
Here we go.
Found fucking the dark web.
No, you didn't. Nobody said dark web anything. I made a comment in here, and I said, listen. I said, don't worry.
Just said that.
Yes, I said, don't worry, Kaz. Remember that day that we were talking about Kaz and their knees and all that? I said, don't worry, Kaz. I give your pictures to the right people. I didn't say dark web. They made that assumption. That's why I made an open comment like that, so they could assume what I did for them. Yeah, there might be a couple people whacking off to their children's faces right now, but that's on them. They should have kept their fucking mouth shut. Look at what they're still doing. Those pictures are going to go elsewhere, too. They're going to go further down the line the more they fucking keep doing this. But on them.
And I ain't even doing shit.
No, it has nothing to do with Andrew. Andrew just gave me the panel, and he talked shit that day. Andrew didn't know what was going on. He was just talking out his ass. So keep on blaming him.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so there was the main thing that triggered this all right there.
Okay, let me ask you, Andrew, how does that make you feel moving forward today? Now, I know you've been pressured about it, and I hope that you don't feel like. Do you feel like I'm pressuring you or beating you up about any of this?
No, you good.
Okay, all right. So that being said, how does this make you feel today?
I mean, honestly.
Yes, please.
Honestly, it's just like I said, it's just another fucking day of the week. I mean, they're gonna go I've been dealing with people going after Lips for the last year and a half. Okay. For me, it's just one more thing I gotta deal with today. And I don't even believe that they're even out of their private messages.
So
at this point, I mean, I won't know unless she turns around and slips up and says that she actually did save them. And she, from my phone calls privately and everything else, she does not hint to where she even took them. She just left them there.
Where is this at?
I guess it's private messages between Lips and somebody else. But, I mean, Lips has gone off and said that she's going to take pictures and whatnot from private messages and blast them. And it's like, at the end of the day, she never does.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, so, have you ever heard of a false confession?
Yup.
Do you know what a false confession entails or what the ramifications could actually be?
At the end of the day, a lot of problems if it's proven to be true.
Well, so even the burden of proof for truth or false sometimes doesn't even matter, right? You've heard of the Innocence Project, right?
Nope.
Okay, the Innocence Project is a legal organization that was founded in order to free wrongfully incarcerated individuals, whether they gave false testimonies, false statements, false confessions, or whether there was just corruptness in the county in which the proceedings were held, right? So
yeah,
nowadays it's sort of a thing of the past. However, there is still enough there's enough there, right? So this is the issue. If someone confesses with the intent for something that is illegal, right? Or borderline illegal, or maybe you ever been in front of a cop where you say something to a cop and he's like, well, I don't really know. I'll have to look into it, right? So cops or detectives, they'll come bang on your door just because of something, the way something's said or the way it sounds. And then let's say, for instance, I've used this analogy before. Say they come knocking on your door wanting to talk to you about a murder, but you got 10 kilos of coke in the house, right? You're not involved in a murder, but now they're at the door.
Screwed for them. You're screwed for that money. You're screwed for that coke, though.
There you are, right? So apply that to this scenario. So say you've met the burden for at least an investigation by saying that you've taken private imagery and you've posted it in places where I guess the going rate is that it's placed in a place where she wants, or for lack of a better term, you guys in the moment want, well, and she excluded you. So I'll just say that she wanted these people to believe that things other than just viewing could be happening, right? So you open yourself up with that statement, you open yourself up to an investigation, right? Now, let's say they come in and they find out, hey, these photos were never shared anywhere, but there's something else going on, right? Like they're there for a murder, but they find the cocaine, right? So I think that I may be using a little bit of word salad here. However, what I'm trying to relay is that I had a conversation with someone earlier tonight about actually Ernie. Had a conversation about Ernie, and I said that I piggyback, and I'm going to get to the clips here in just a moment, Nicolina. So Ernie has, and we're focusing on what we're talking about tonight, although I'm going to pull in a scenario and how it fits here, right? So Ernie can go a lot of places. He can do a lot of things. He can say a lot of things, right? I think historically we've understood that things that Ernie says that a lot of people will find out of color, actually the police have little interest in, right? Now, that being said, Ernie can go somewhere and post photos, and the overall feeling is that, well, Ernie's over here and he's harassing this person, right? However, if the law were to get involved, they would understand that Ernie is just posting pictures. His cellular data and tracking is going to show that he's not in that area, right? So it's a hard troll for Ernie too, right? However, with a lot of the other stuff that happens in the hunt for Ernie, those things actually become what they say Ernie is doing. Now, I'm not here justifying everything Ernie does or everything Ernie says. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm simply saying is that things get turned on their heel pretty easy, right? And I can say so even for the situation I navigated, is that something looked a certain way, but it actually wasn't, right? It still looks a certain way, but it's not that, right? So I guess I'm really trying to get the grasp. Now, again, in Lips's defense, right? In Lips's defense, I too also have came here and threatened to do things, but I think overwhelmingly it's glaring that I never did any of these things, right? I just said that I was. However, this sort of takes on a different tone, and at the same time, here I am. I find myself kind of questioning the wrong person in this particular thread, right? The hard drive stuff was, adequately for you. This particular thread, it takes on a different route because she clearly says it had nothing to do with you, right?
Yeah, and that's what, and I even said law enforcement had even told me that. Law enforcement told me that. When it comes to CSAM, here's what he's getting at there, Andrew. It's the intent. In any kind of predator investigation, there has to be intent. Intent is what they look for. When you bust predators, when you do this and that, they have to be an intent. Here, she plainly pretty much... she gives herself away with it. And it's not just once, Andrew. It's 2 or 3 different things she says. She knows these people, who to give them to. And she clears you at the end because what she says at the end is you had nothing to do with it. And that's what they're going to look at. They're going to look at the person who is actually the subject and the suspect of it. And they're going to say, well, if this is CSAM, it don't matter what kind of photos they were. They don't have to be nudity. They don't have to be sexual in nature. The thing about it is they are used for sexual. You see what I'm saying? When you give them to people like that of intent, that's the intent right there. She plainly gives the intent away. That's the heart. That's what's going to get it right there. That's what's doing it. Now, here's the thing, Andrew, and this is not to scare you or nothing, but the thing about it is it happened on your panel. So when they do the investigation, they're not just going to go to point A, but they also have to do to point B too as well. And you're familiar, you know how this works from things that you've been around before. Correct, Benny?
No, absolutely. You are actually all of us. If you were to come here on my panel and break the law, I am legally a part of it. Right now, I knew that the conversation was going to go here, and so I had this pulled up already. Do you recognize the name that's highlighted here?
No, I do not. Should I?
You should actually.
Is that dude from? Oh, okay.
So this is one. This is
I kind of got it now. Yeah, I know. I recognize him.
Okay.
Now.
Do you know what one of his charges were?
Yup. Yes, I do. That fucking scumbag.
It was internet impersonation of a minor for the purposes of rape.
Yup.
You do understand that actually no one was raped, though, right?
No.
Yeah, he didn't rape anyone. He used a minor's imagery in an inappropriate way and then was charged with a sex crime. You see where all of this sort of, how it all sort of goes together, right? How things can seem one way, but then actually turn out a whole nother way, right?
Yeah, because that was like 2 weeks after that group tried to help, proclaimed to try to help me.
So let me say something. Let me pause real fast here on this one, Andrew.
I see the date, Benny. That's why I said. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I see the date.
Right.
I never really got into that whole situation with that dude. So,
but so before you go, Ernie, hold your thought. Don't lose it, because I'm going to lose mine first. So
ADHD motherfucker.
Understanding that so many people do understand the lore, right? So what it looked. I'll just be honest with you. I don't know one sex offender in my real life. I encountered them in jail.
Sadly, I know too.
They lived hard, right? But my point is that the way that it could look, right, is that you know how to find certain networks. Fair enough?
No, they found me.
Okay, well, so the accessibility of networks that contain people like this could be kind of scary for people that aren't involved in this, right?
Yes.
Like so.
But I take away from this incident and my takeaway with this is that I did my research when they first reached out. Yeah, like you're supposed to do, right? Like you're supposed to do. When somebody that you don't know reaches out, you're gonna want to know anything and everything you can about them. Especially during a heavy situation. So I did my research on the group, not the individuals.
So when did you send these two yahoos, or when did you okay for these two yahoos to go to Kingsport and make contact with your son? It was in July, right?
Yeah.
So when you say you did all your research,
no, it was it's about a week or two before that date.
Okay.
So it was about the beginning of July. But to be honest with you, but to be honest with you, the court order did state he was legally in my custody at the time that they asked if I needed their help to obtain him.
This guy was on scene, right? Paul Libri was there, right?
I believe he was one of them, yes.
Yes. So can you imagine what it might look like when,
Yes.
right, you've got a guy suited and booted with tactical gear, right? He's wearing bulletproof vest and all the BS, right? But he's also has a sex charge, and he's got impersonating the police.
Well, see,
he's got possession of a firearm and the commission of a felony, which is aggravated. It's an aggravated gun charge, right?
Yeah.
So when you say you did your full research, did you understand how long does it take to get to Kingsport to Gloversville?
24 hours.
So this guy was going to be in a van with your son for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Or a car or a sedan.
I think they had a car. I'm not sure. But like I said, I did my research on the group, not the individuals. And if you research that group, they've done a lot of great things across the U.S. So
when you search Bikers Against Abuse International, look at here. Yeah. You see this word right here?
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't
His name
know
pops
he was
up
that.
as the founder. He is the one. He is the George Washington of Bikers Against Abuse International.
Right.
So
but like I said, I didn't know that at the time.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is put in Bikers Against Abuse International, and his name pops up synonymous with that. It would be almost impossible.
I was speaking to his partner, not him.
Well, let me correct something, Andrew. From Gloversville, New York to Kingsport, Tennessee, you said it takes 24 hours, right?
Yeah, but that's without counting stops.
Okay.
Well, okay, so it's 11-hour drive. It's 11-hour drive straight through. So you're giving about 13 or 14 extra hours on that. It's 750 some miles from Gloversville, New York to a round trip. Yeah, round trip. Yeah, you're okay. So I get what you're saying now. Round trip. Okay, got you. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah, so round trip. Because when I went down in 18 for the first summer that I was in, for the first summer, after the court shit with his mother, I went down in 18 and it ran us almost 2 days because we stopped constantly because we didn't know, because that's just the way that was. His mother had a fetch order to come up here to pick him up at the end of the Tennessee summer, a week before Tennessee school started. So in 19, when we went down, it only took me 23 hours because, my aunt drives quick. And then in 2020, we went down in September to stay there, but that didn't pan out. And yes, I have joint custody of every one of my children. Just because I don't blast the information on the internet doesn't make it not true. Sorry, I'm in comments as well.
No, I understand. And please, guys, I understand that I haven't given out the memo here in the past half hour or so. We're having an adult conversation here. Respectfully, if you find it very hard to be a part of the conversation and not be adult, I would ask that you just, politely, maybe go find somewhere else to hang out until this is over with. But Andrew, I do. There's one more. I don't know anything about.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Oh yeah, I laughed my ass off at this. I'm not gonna front with you. I laughed my ass off about it because at the end of the day, listen, bro. Like I said, I love running that troll. If anybody knows me by now at all, I love running that troll all day, every day. I'll sit back and laugh about it all day because of how quick people will take it, spin it, and run it. I will laugh at it all day long because I know in my heart, and the truth is, it's all just a troll.
How do we change the parameter? How do we raise the bottom? And because I think that's, I said it last night in a video I did about, adulting is at an all-time low, right? I don't want to see anybody doing bad. I don't want to see anybody spiritually broken, physically broken. I don't want to see nobody broke. I want to see everyone doing better than the last time I saw them doing bad. And that's my hand to God, right? So as a community, we understand that it's follow the leader sometimes, right? How do we keep our colleagues and counterparts from sinking to the next low? How do we raise the bottom effectively for everyone and say, okay, your nosedive in the bottom of the troll ocean, you can't go any further, because as a community, we've set a boundary to what we will allow. Like, and don't get me wrong, because I do believe that one of the alternative remedies for this is to, probably not this, but a lot of other low things, is to just ignore that it's happening. However, there's so many outlets here that don't have the same ethics that maybe some of the other channels have. They're going to latch on to it and they're going to go low. Well, in a situation with a personality like you that has a preference sometimes to go lower, how do we keep this from becoming a regurgitation over and over and over? How do we do that?
I don't know, bud, because listen, I stayed off. Listen, I was gone for a whole week just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And then I stayed doing my own thing. You know, I was started building up a different channel and was just all in all going out and enjoying life. And then I come back to some bullshit, dealt with that. I mass dropped videos that ain't been out, lives that ain't been out since 22. And I've been mass dropping those. I've just been doing my own thing. And then I go up and I get home from a day out with my brother and my son. And I come home, Ernie's on. I figured I'd troll. Next thing you know, I stepped into a whole world of shit between Kevin and Mark and now this bullshit. It's like, damn, bro, I'm just going to go back to doing what I was doing before I stepped on Ernie's panel the other day. Sorry, Ernie.
Okay. You care to, Ernie, do you have anything to add up to this point?
Well, Andrew, let me turn this light back on here. Lord. So the thing, Andrew, we're getting at everything. There was a few things that was made, and you're clearly not to blame. You're clearly not to blame for it, but it happened on your channel. And you have to understand, you have to, in somewhere, there's accountability. And,
I
you
let
just
a lot of nonsense go on my channel. A lot. I ain't gonna front. I let a lot of shit go down on my channel.
Right. But when you're a parent. You're a parent. So when I know how Beanie feels about it, and I know how I feel about it as well. If somebody comes up there and they start saying stuff about kids that they're gonna, that they gave these photos out, to these people. Here's the thing about it, Andrew, and there's two different things on this. She says she knows the people already, like it's just second nature to her. You see what I'm saying? That's what the concern is, that these photos are being passed down the line. Well, when you say down the line, well, what is down the line? Who is down the line? Who is these photos? Where's these photos in the hands of right now? Now, here's my question to you. And this is just as simple as it is. You stated in the first video I played that, well, she says it was the photos and the things that you guys was talking about beforehand. You remember that?
Yeah.
That you talked to him before that happened. Can you tell us what that?
The only photos I've ever received from Lips is screenshots of certain conversations that pertain to me, pictures of her everyday life. But no, there was a file that got sent to me of a bunch of photos of conversations about me, and she mixed them up with a different conversation about somebody else. And a photo of somebody else's kid wound up on my phone that got deleted. I don't keep none of that. I deleted it once I noticed it because it was jammed in there with a bunch of other pictures. I deleted it because I didn't recognize the kids, and I'm not down for that.
Okay. So I'm going to play this right here for you. Just explain just one more time. Is it okay if I play this, Benny?
Yeah. But before you do, and I know you're not going to lose your thought because you're going to play something. So you say, Andrew, Gloversville is 2 miles long by 2 miles wide, essentially, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, I can walk from one end to the other in 45 minutes, so that's about 2 miles.
Okay. How many times, and this is just me assuming, right? And if I'm wrong in my assumptions, please correct me. How many times has people from the community, whether it be classmates, so on and so forth, how many times have your children been approached about things you've said or done on YouTube?
None.
Never.
Nope.
Okay.
They don't need to be approached about. That's the thing. They don't need to be approached about it because they hear it. They already know what's being said. I don't hide anything from my children.
No. And I know you don't.
I mean, my whole setup is in the living room, and
Right.
and my kids come through and they hear it all. Shit. Half the time I got to yell at them to get out of the living room because they're that nosy.
So, and I understand because throughout the course of time, I have seen your daughters present, and I mean rather like kids from school. Have they ever said, "Hey, we see your dad
None
online"?
of them said anything.
Okay. Do you ever worry about the lifespan of what's? Because I do, right? Like I worry about when I'm dead and gone. You know, my great grandchildren gonna, you know, are they gonna be afraid to go on the internet because things great granddad did, you know, 87 years ago are still out there haunting them? You're not?
No, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
In my honest opinion, I'm really not worried about it. I mean, if this shit is still floating around in 80 years, one, I pray I'm dead by then, and two, I'd be shocked. Like,
you know,
other than that, though, I mean, other than that, it's up to whether or not they choose to want to listen to it or just be like, whatever about it. I mean, Lord only knows what's happening when we're gone. But
right,
I'm really not worried about what's said and done here because my kids know when all this gets shut down, everything's back to normal. The whole house is good. No stress, no drama, and everything's gravy.
I understand. I guess, you know, kind of the and I'm not trying to say anything is greater than our Lord, but there's two things that are for sure, and they're both undefeated, and that's Jesus Christ and the internet, right? The internet's undefeated. You're not going
to think the internet outbeats Jesus, to be honest with you.
And you know, you're definitely you have the right to have that opinion, but I'm just saying that there is definitely things. Have you ever heard of the sins of our father?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's just it's probably just something to think about, right? Not that, you know, not.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I was worried about it for a little while there. Just a little bit. I was worried about it. And then I talked to my kids about it. All of them. And they didn't seem to worry about it. They weren't worried about it. Didn't seem to care about it. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Would you be proud if your kids decided they wanted to go on the internet and be involved in the same kind of satire?
The drama? No, I don't know. I mean,
not so much the drama, but like the content of the drama, right?
I mean, I don't know, probably not. I mean, it's all on them. They make their listen. No matter, I look at it like this: no matter what my kids choose to do, I'm gonna be proud of what they do anyway. At least to a point. Let me put that out there. To a point.
Sure. Absolutely. No, I can get that. Go ahead, Ernie. You got the floor.
So, Andrew, have you ever heard of a man named Todd Austin?
Nope.
You don't know of a man about 63 years old named Todd Austin?
Nope. Anybody I know anybody I know over the age of 55 outside of my parents are dead.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. I understand. Well, you know, Todd Austin, he was just recently in February actually sentenced to prison for meth. He's up in your area there. There was also a lot of accusations on him And I was just asking, just seeing if you knew who this guy was, because he, the public, the town knew who he was. Y'all can read about him. But anyways, going back to this, I was going to play this video, Andrew, and this is one of the things that somebody had wanted me to play for you, and here it is. If you pay attention to it, I'm going to play it right now. Let me go ahead and turn this on here. It won't take me a second. I want you to listen. And here's the thing. How would you, this is you talking now. This is you.
Some places. They need to go
Let's talk about that.
They need to go maybe on the dark web. Stuff like that.
No. I told you I can't do that with this computer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. When you say I can't do, no, listen now. You said, and I understand you said, I think you said you was trolling with this, correct?
Yep. That was part of the troll right there.
Okay, was this already pre-planned? Was it set up for these people? Did you and Lips actually, or is this like, play as you go? Is this play it by ear right here?
That whole conversation, most likely that whole live, was just in the spur of the moment. Like every other live I do. It's just right there at the spur of the moment. You'll be lucky if I even have a live to where I actually had shit written down and whatnot. So every live I do is spur of the moment.
Let me ask you a question. Have you and any creator ever said, hey, let's go online and let's do this or let's do that?
No.
So everything is sort of out in the front, hands on the table.
Everything is right there in the moment.
Okay.
Like right there in the moment, top of the head type shit. Nothing is ever pre-planned or pre-written down. Nothing. We don't run by scripts. It just runs.
Okay, so I stopped it here, and so I could ask you that one question. But if we can, may I continue it?
Yeah, go ahead, Ernie.
Okay, so now listen now. Now there's a lot of people that's brought this up, Andrew. I want you to, while you listen to this, I want you to listen to the words you say. And I understand it's just probably, like you said, probably propaganda. You just playing around or whatever. But listen how it makes you sound, though. And I understand what you're getting at. Watch this.
I have to get another one first.
Or know people. Yeah.
I know people. But
You know people, Andrew. That was another thing. Again, this is just made up, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you're looking over there. Now, can she see you on this computer, this device here, this screen here? Can she actually see you? Like, are you FaceTiming with her, or is she just on a panel? Is this what this is?
She was on panel. It's just she didn't have her camera on.
Okay.
Restream is different from StreamYard. In Restream, when you go without camera, you know how on here you'll see our pictures and whatnot and our names. They don't do that over on Restream. It basically just goes blank and all you get is voice.
Okay, so here we go.
I'm not gonna sit there and be like,
we got all the time in the world. I mean, we got time. This doesn't have to happen yesterday. It doesn't have to happen today. It don't have to happen tomorrow. But yeah.
So listen, this is what I'll do. Okay, I'll have you drop me some addies. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
That works.
Old Spice.
Okay, so now again, that's the addresses and stuff. Now we've heard the rest of this.
Yep.
But like Benny was saying, false confession. There's a many people that has confessed to things, but like he said, the intent. It ain't the confession part itself, Andrew. It's the intention. It's the intent. That's what everybody looks like. That's why when you see these Chris Hansen stuff and these predator busts and stuff, and you notice they have to catch them with the intent. The intent is the showing up part. The intent is the saying, I gave somebody something. You see what I'm saying there, right? That's the intent part. That's what that right there itself. No, wait a minute now. Now, this one right here is a little bit different, and I don't know if anybody's heard of this one. this is one that's not been played, and I think it's very important. This is a different scenario, but it's with the same person involved, but it's a different scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one up here. Let me go ahead here. Let me make sure we got here.
While you're doing that, Ernie, what I think overall, what the punchline for me, Andrew, what the punchline is that I'll be quite blunt with you. I've had 2 emails in the past 10 minutes, and it is from random subscribers that are from the bushes that say that a scenario like this scares them to death. And I think that if
that's the thing.
Go ahead. You got the floor.
But that's the thing. I mean, it is scary. Even that. I mean, yes, granted, we said it. I ain't gonna front on it. We said it. Okay, it's there. It's clipped. All right, we said it. Whether it be out of trolling, anger, or just on the moment, it don't matter. It was said. All right. So I admit we did say that. All right. But done dead. Not a lot of people are gonna like what a lot of people say. Did we go the extra mile because we were pissed off at people? Yes. And it was the wrong thing to say. But given the truth and the fact of the matter is that what I've been saying since yesterday, okay, is we said it, not as a bug in everybody's ear. Now people are paying attention. Right? There's no private photos. Okay, none. No private photos other than my children sent to her and her children sent to me.
Okay.
Because there was one debacle, but it was fixed. It was accidental because it was sent in a file.
What debacle? What debacle you're referring
Liv
to?
sent me a file that was mixed up between 2 different. That she wound up mixing 2 different files that she had on her computer into one. And she sent me that whole file. Basically what she did is she sent me 2 files and 1 file by accident. And I wound up with a picture of somebody else's kid that got deleted out of my phone. So it was an accidental send, and I was like, okay, I didn't even notice it. But when I went over it on a live, subs and other creators pointed it out like, hey, those are so-and-so's kids. And then I went through after that live and I deleted it because I didn't even notice it because of how much shit we were going through at the time. Because this is at the time Nicolina and Lips were beefing, and Lips was sending me a bunch of shit from their Discord for me to read through.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. VIA, how did she send these? Was this through email? Was it Messenger, Discord? What type of service or app did she use?
It was on Messenger. It's not hard for me to just delete something off of Messenger.
So Messenger. Okay, so just Facebook Messenger. Now that was my next question. Right. I understand it's accidental, and you said you deleted them, so it's going to show.
It out because I didn't notice it. Because at the time, that time it was Lips, the Mean Girls, and Nicolina beefing. Then me and the rest of the crew beefing with all of them, and then Lips obviously was part of that crew at one point. Was sending me messages for me to go and use on a live. And she didn't realize, and I didn't realize that there was a picture in there of somebody else's kid. And then
let me ask you what
we got rid of it.
Was they one picture or was they more than one picture?
Just one. Because right next to it was a picture of Bandit.
Okay. So Bandit's nudity?
No, just Bandit.
Let me ask you a question.
Bandit's nudity was sent later on down the road.
Okay, so now was Bandit's nudity in its same file?
No, separate.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question here. So
don't get that all twisted. That was totally different day, different conversation, different file.
Out of everything that's happened in the past 3 days, 4 days, however long this has been going on, today or yesterday, was there any substantial real life stuff happening to anyone?
No, not that I know of. No, not in my personal group. Not that I
Not
know of.
even this
Not
right here.
no, nothing.
No. Look at the screen.
What?
Lips is saying, "Don't send weirdos to my home asking for my 4-year-old when I'm gone. Then I won't retaliate back." That would be real life, wouldn't it? Has she not told you
Yeah,
about
but
weird?
that I don't. She mentioned that. I think a few days after it. So probably, I think that happened a couple of days before this happened.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I didn't. There we go. Right there.
Yeah,
sorry, I
she
didn't see
posted that. I believe that was from today when she said that. But like I said, that I believe happened a few days before any of this shit even started. So I have not personally had the time to talk to Lips about that situation in itself because I've been busy with real life shit. So I have not had a chance.
That's pretty serious, right?
When I found out, I was pissed. And
in defense of Lips, like I would be very highly upset if. And this is the connotation here. You see on the end of weirdos, weirdo, what is that? That's an S, right? So typically that means more than one, right? So there's been more than one weirdo coming to her house asking for a 4-year-old.
She's had issues around surrounding her home for quite some time in real life. So I mean, when she says
but that's
weirdo,
not real life, though, right? It's real life.
No, in real life, I mean, it got to the point where last year she had to update her camera system, get a camera system for her whole house. So she's been dealing with a lot of crazy shit around her real life home and her kids.
So now let me ask you, and maybe you don't know. If you don't know, then please don't speak for her. But in this scenario, is she saying that maybe this is an issue with the neighbor sending people over, or? Because it feels like she's saying she's retaliating against people on the internet who are sending weirdos to her home, right?
I'm not like I said, I haven't had a chance to discuss that with her, so I'm not entirely sure. I would say it's been the neighbor this whole time because that's basically who's been, fucking with her home and shit. But I'm not entirely sure. I have not.
She hasn't told you. I mean, surely she would call the police about this, right?
Yeah, I think she did. Like I said, I'm not sure.
Did she?
I'm not sure. I think she did. Because that's what I'd tell her anytime something happened. Call the fucking police. Get it on camera. Like, deal with it. Like, do it the right way before you say anything on the net. But I ain't had a chance to, like I said, talk to her about it because I've been busy in real life.
When's the last time you talked to her? Were you guys on a stream yesterday together?
I think I talked to her, yes, outside of through chat on live in person. Personally, I talked to her, I think, like 3 days ago.
And she never mentioned this to you?
No. I mean,
fair enough.
I heard tidbits about it, and then I left. I wasn't on the phone long with her because I was on the phone with her, and then I had to leave for the day. I had shit I had to do. So.
Okay. Fair enough. I think, in defense of Lips, like weirdos coming to my house, like there'd be one and I'd leave him laying on the porch so that the next one, he wouldn't even get out the car. You follow me? Like that's pretty substantial. And Lips, I would just say, I'll pray for you in that situation in hopes that, nothing further of that nature will transpire. Like that's definitely a scary deal. Ernie, you have anything to add? Ernie, you muted? Maybe he's doing something else here.
I don't know. But
I'm here, Benny.
You can be tight with somebody and not talk to them on a daily.
Say that again, Andrew.
I said you could be tight with somebody and not talk to them on a daily.
No, yeah, I agree. 100,000%.
Oh, I'm over here reading chat too, so that's why I might say certain things, and I don't mean to interrupt. I'm just like I get it. But it's like, listen, I'm tight with Lips, yeah, but I don't talk to her on a daily like I used to. I'm barely ever home these days. The longest
Fair enough.
the longest I've been home was literally just the other day in over a month.
Let me ask you this. I recall for a stretch of time there, seemed like every time you went live, you had a beer, huh?
Yeah, I quit in February.
How'd you quit?
I was halfway through. Listen, I made my usual drink, my Mountain Dew mixed with whatever liquor I had. I was halfway through my second one. And I got this really bad taste in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so I was thinking, okay, whatever, you know, it ain't shit. So I took another sip and I wanted to throw up. Now, mind you, I just made this. I was halfway through my second cup and I still had a half a bottle of Bacardi left.
Mm-hmm.
And this doesn't taste right. So I just took a swig of the Bacardi and that didn't taste right. So I took all my drinks, and I dumped them all down the fucking kitchen sink. And I ain't looked back.
So let me ask you this. Is alcoholism genetic in your family?
Yes.
So let me paint a picture here for you. You beat genetics, Andrew.
Yep.
You know how hard that is?
Extremely.
You whip alcoholism in your generation for your children. You whip genetics, right? That's nature over nurture. And my point is that there's nothing genetic about the level of trolling that's going on here. So you should be able to whip the hind end off of this level of trolling, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Like it should be nothing for you to not troll like this anymore, wouldn't you say?
Well, see, I went through I did a major troll with the Nicolina shit. And then I went completely like without, then I just like was whatever, doing my usual small trolls here and there, never going in depth deep, like haven't done it in a while. And then shit comes and hits my table and it's like, I bet we're going to go into an in-depth troll and let it run its course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, you see how far that goes every time.
Right.
So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Benny.
No, go ahead.
So let me ask you a question. All of your transactions through Lips has been through like Facebook Messenger, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so on your Facebook Messenger, if you know, just to show like just to show faith and everything, would you show us where you deleted that photo of the kids and everything? Would it say, you deleted this photo or you deleted this message? Would that be easy to do? I mean, could you just like cam up and just like show us?
Listen, that probably would not be easy for me to do at this point. That is so far back in them messages, bro. I'd have to sit here for the next 30 minutes just to scroll through messages.
Fair enough.
So you would say so you would say you're ongoingly talking with Lips on Messenger, correct?
Yeah, like every day of the week, but I'm not right now. She's in bed.
No. I know not now and everything. Okay, so I sent. Okay, so Lips had posted this very bizarre message, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, Andrew. But Benny, it's on your phone right now. If you don't, if you can open it up, you'll see where she's talking about these certain people coming to a house. And she's like, well, because these people are coming to my house, I'm going to send their photos to these pedos. Or, she mentions these people, these characters by name, by pedos, by pedophiles. She mentions that.
Well, I mean,
now this don't have no, wait a minute. This don't have nothing to do with you, Andrew. This don't have nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you. This is way beforehand, before even it happened. Now let's take in mind this person that's being accused of this and who's done this. Allegedly, she's also sent pictures to Lisa Kay, who's real big in the community right now and getting looked at. She's being looked at now because she sent pictures to my brother of Lips's daughter And my brother is in prison. So, Andrew, without saying anything, what happens when people sends pictures to prison and they're female and they send them to another guy? Do they get traded out for commissary to be used for the shower and stuff like that? Can you help us with that? Just be honest with us.
No.
I mean, I think that one could assume, right? But what
you could assume it, but I mean, I can only speak for the jails I've been to. Ain't none of that went down. I mean, you go into somebody's personal, spot like that, bro. You getting lumped up, like that's Absolutely. Their personal sanctum.
Now, let me ask you this really quick. And again, like before, I'm going to preface it by saying, if you don't know, then don't answer for her, right? But and this isn't a bash fest. I'm just trying, and I hope no one feels like I've been bashed. I'm trying to use, what I would term is like uncommon sense these days, right? So what I want to do is right here. Can you see this? Yeah. So it says, don't send weirdos to my home, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think that it may be safe to assume if this is an actual factual situation, anyone going to someone's house asking for a 4-year-old would be weird, right? And maybe even more. But then it morphs. It morphs to they want to send pedos to my home. I send pics of their kids to pedos. It's that simple. Now, where's this from right here? Because this doesn't look like it's YouTube.
I don't have a clue.
Would that be Discord probably?
What picture? And 1:30. Give me 30 seconds.
Sure.
Because that don't even look right. May I ask how long ago you received that?
I received that. Hold on 1 second. I received that 7 minutes ago.
Okay. Now that picture that's not even her. That's Discord. Not her. Yeah, that one right there on your screen right now. Yeah. That's not her.
It's kind of a rhetorical question in a sense, Andrew. Like I know exactly.
That's not Lips. That said that. Unless that's Discord.
That's Lips.
It's Discord. I don't know what it is then. Then it might be her. I don't know what her Discord handle is. Because see, I'm only going off of Facebook and YouTube here. I don't have her on Discord.
This is from a Discord I don't think you're involved in.
Right. Because I'm only involved in one, and that's with my kids. So yeah. So like I said, I don't know what Lips' Discord handle is. So I don't know. I don't know what the preference or why that popped in a combo. So I can't answer for her.
Okay, and that's probably a good place. That's a good answer, because doesn't this commentary right here on the screen, would you agree to say, well, I know you're not a part of it because you're not a part of the Discord that this came from. I know what Discord this came from. I'm not going to put that person on blast, but I can tell you that person thought enough of this comment that it was sort of a little bit squirrely, right? So would you say that going to a Discord that's not involved with you and making this comment maybe kind of further substantiates the fact that actually what's happening with these photos that she said you weren't a part of is actually happening, right? Could that be?
I mean, it could be, but like I said, I'm not.
So if you guys talk every day on and offline, has she told you about pedos that she actually knows in real life?
No, she's never mentioned about knowing any pedos in real life to me.
But
I mean, sadly, I know a few. But.
Just like weirdos on the first on the initial post, weirdos suggesting plural more than one. Now she's not talking about pedicures. We know it's a typo, but or maybe it's a fancy way to put it in Discord and not. I don't know anything about Discord. However, there's an S on the end of the pedo, right? So the connotation is that she's sending these imageries of children from private chats to other pedos that she knows. It's that simple. However, this is in response. This is in retaliation to someone sending weirdos or pedos. She goes on to say she's sending pictures of people's kids and home pictures of people's kids from private chats to pedos because someone sent pedos to her house asking for her daughter while she's not at home. Does it seem like that's still in the realm of troll?
I mean, it sounds like a pissed off. It sounds like she's pissed off and is just rambling and saying stupid shit like she always does when she's pissed. To me, because I know her that well, but to others, it sounds very, very wrong. I could see where people could take that as in, yo, she knows these type of people. But like I said, for those who actually truly know her, it's just lips running at the jibs with empty bullshit.
And well, Andrew, I got a question. You know, the other day, you know, you remember when? It's been a while back. You remember when you had me run that background check on you?
Yes, sir. Shit, even my brother got up there and asked you to do the same.
And we ran a thorough investigation, like a thorough background on you. I mean, literally, it cost a little bit to do it, and we did it. And do you remember when, you know, I was talking to you, and of course, you know, you admitted, you know, you had to admit because, you know, not relative, well, kind of relative.
That's all that needs to be said.
Right. But one of the questions that came up, and you know, with being familiar, there was a few pedophiles and there was a human trafficker, of course, well, a child predator that came up, and you know that they're not relatives, but you know they were acquaintances, or you know they were connected to you in a way. It showed that they were connected by, you know, there was different ways to do it and everything, but the way these people were connected. And a minute ago, wait. One was, now listen now. One was, of course, being your ex, correct? I understand that, but just a minute ago you said, sadly, I know a few. Now, those few that you now listen now, the few that you know, because in the beginning of the programming today, you said that you knew one as your wife was your wife. Now,
I already know my wife, baby mama.
Baby mama. Sorry about that again. But again, you know, that's family, relatives, and all that. But now, you know, you say I know a few. The other few, you know, Andrew. Do you care to? I mean, I think I already know, but I'd like you to answer. Go ahead.
I grew up with some people. Okay, tight little circle of people. We all liked certain video games, playing Pokemon, shit like that. Typical fucking kid shit. Okay, we grew apart. What they did is on them, not me. Do I currently conversate with them? No. I mean, yes. My daughter's mother is a pedo. Yes. One of my other children's family member is one as well. Yes. My goddaughter's father is a pedo. Do I conversate with any of them? No.
No. Not saying you did and everything. You know.
But I cannot help who people turn into that I used to hang out with and run the streets with back in my teens and my early 20s. I cannot control what these people say and do. And my father is not a pedo. Nobody even knows who the hell my sperm donor is. So I don't know where that's coming from, but that's a lie. Right. My pedo, my pedo. Yeah, I know plenty of pedos because sadly, some of the people I grew up with and hung out with and was affiliated with and did a few crimes with turned out to be pedos later on in life.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, you are familiar with the FCRAs, and then there's CRA. One being something that the feds use, and one just something, you know, just regular, like being verified, you know, Intellius, and you know, of that nature. Now, you know, and a lot of people, they have more than one.
Ernie, please wait 1 second. Out of pocket. My stepfather is a fucking female. Are you shitting me?
What? Hold on.
Yeah, I know that's going to come up. I know that was going to come up. I knew that was getting ready to come up.
My sperm donor, listen. My sperm donor is not a pedo, and the person I call my stepfather and my aunt is my mother's wife. So Yeah, they're neither of them are on any list. They've never done anything wrong to any children. So whoever's coming up with this bullshit about my stepfather, which of course I technically don't have one, it's technically a stepmother, and my sperm donor, please. And as for this shit with my brother, okay? You want to know what's up with him and what happened with that situation? Go ask his wife. Go ask his mother-in-law who put that on his head. Why don't you go ask his 3 children he had whether since his mother-in-law put that on his head? Because he's white.
Now,
Okay?
Go ahead,
And
Benny. Go ahead.
I'm not, trust me, okay? I didn't believe the bullshit to begin with anyway. When that shit came out, I stopped talking to my brother for many a fucking years when I found out about it. Until his mother-in-law turned around and told me why he had on his head what he had on his head. And then I stopped talking to her. Let me apologize to my brother because I didn't understand the situation because I was part of that same old closed-minded thinking. Once you on that list, you on that list, and go fuck yourself. You're a scumbag.
Fair enough. Now, I want to be very transparent about the fact that I am not a judge, a jury, or an executioner.
No, you're just an easy person to talk to for some fucking reason, and I don't know why. You're a dick. You're an asshole, dude. You and Ernie are the only two that can get me up here fucking having a good time, get pissy, and be fine 2 seconds later.
I'm not throwing shade on anyone, and I hope that it's not coming across that way even a bit. I'm just trying to get an understanding. And again, I guess I want to reveal a little bit of my hand in the sense.
Benny,
yeah,
you haven't even got to the bandit dick pic yet that he stole.
Oh yeah, I still got that too. Bro, you didn't even know. Bro, I turned around. Listen, I porn bombed somebody. Listen, it was sent to me because it was one of those. It was one of those chats. Well, it was sent to them, and then it was like, well, if I gotta see it, so does everybody else. So the whole fucking group got sent to. I'm like, gee, thanks. That's what I want to wake up to look at. Somebody else's dick. But I listened. I went up on somebody else's panel. I went up on PG's panel. She started pissing me off. So I fucking flashed her bandit's dick. And then I told him about it because he came in my chat the next day. And I said, bro, I used your dick pic to porn bomb somebody with. He's like, okay, cool. Thanks for the free advertisement. I'm like, shit. Now I don't have to worry about messing up, fucking my Google search history by looking up penis pics. I got one for free. Fuck it. We'll store that in the bank for when somebody pisses me off.
That being said, I want to reveal a little bit of my hand, right? And that for the goodness of everyone and the enjoyment of the accessibility and the availability, like, can we just get back to body shaming, right, and work up from there, or get back to whatever, like my wish for the community, and it comes from a super sincere place, a genuine place, because I used to be the worst of the worst, right? So I don't want it to sound like, I'm singing at the choir, or that, I'm being hypocritical, because the person I was before, I can adamantly say and pat myself on the back and say, I'm not that person anymore, right? The lows that I was willing to go to before are lows that I'm not even willing to even entertain, right? And so my hopes for this conversation, I can't pass judgment, right? I'm not being paid I'm not an elected official. I'm not Jesus Christ. What I'm saying is that I hope as a community that we can just lift the gloves a little bit. Ernie will understand that, right? Let's lift the gloves.
I mean, I can listen.
100,000%, bro.
I'll give it to you like this. I can lighten up. I mean, I've proven that I can lighten up even when I've gone past a lot of lines I shouldn't. I mean, I can prove I can lighten up on the trolling, lighten up with my wording. I mean, I can do that. That's not a problem.
No, I'm not trying to suspend your First Amendment
no,
freedom
no, no.
of
I'm
speech
saying
at all.
no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I could troll and stir the shit and stir the pot like I normally do without crossing deep lines like every other 3 months. I can do that. That's not a problem. And I mean, this time around, did it get a bit deeper than what I usually get? Yeah. I mean, it was said, it's out there. People are pissed off about it. I get it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's said, it's done. Now we just got to ride this out, let people say what they got to say, let people do what they got to do. And it's what it is. And I've never threatened anybody, kids. I don't fucking like kids. I don't even like my own. I stated that a million fucking times. I don't even like my own kids. They get in my way. They steal the attention from my fucking wife. And they steal my damn snacks, my hoodies. Like,
you ain't got to like them, but you do got to love them.
Oh my
You hear
God.
me? You ain't got to like them, but you do got to love them.
I love my... Listen, don't get it twisted. Listen, don't get it twisted. I love my kids. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I spent a lot of time on the wrong side of the tracks. I am thankful. I am still breathing to be able to have this time with my kids that I have. Even though I don't have to like them, but I do love them.
What I'm saying in regards to you, it's the same for Lips, right? Like I'm not going to pass judgment on either one of you. All I'm doing is I'm seeing all of the facets of this gem, right? And it's a gem.
Bro, listen, you gotta jump over people,
all of the facets, right?
Yeah.
I've got the loop up like the Jewish guy, and I'm looking at all the parts in the pieces, and I'm not here to pass judgment on either one of you. All I'm saying is that as a community, let's get back to throwing punches above the belt, right? Like if we want to fight, bicker, and argue, like little ones,
right.
like little ones don't have anything to do with any of it, right?
Right. But like I said, as for private group pictures of kids, I don't have any. I don't think she shared any to anyone that I personally know of. Okay. So, I mean, I don't really know that whole situation. I stepped into it Monday night on Ernie's panel. So that's how I got involved. Outside of that, I didn't know anything about nothing of what the fuck was going on. I was off in my own world. I mean, me and another creator weren't, even though she's one of the heads of the group, me and another one of my friends, Mod, she has her own channel, so say creator, we were off doing our own things for a good 2-3 weeks, not even paying no mind to the group chats or anything of what was going on, just living our own world. And that was it. Lips never sent me any pictures of this person's child.
Okay? And I'm, I'm willing, and who am I, right? But as a member of many communities, I'm willing to accept the fact that maybe these were all threats and that nothing was actually ever carried out, and that, what we have established, what I have helped you establish this evening, and Ernie has helped you establish as well, that you do have a human sense of remorse. Can we agree with that? Like looking back at it from where we are today, when you look back at it, it's something you would do differently if you could start at D-Day, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I could go back and start it over, probably. I probably wouldn't have just ran with that conversation, but I think that
I'm not the end all be all, and I'm not the YouTube.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, listen, I'm just saying that when it comes down to private things that Lips does in her own home with whoever she's barking at is on her. Well, and that goes for anybody who's friends with people on the internet. And yeah, I may be a gross bastard, say a lot of gross shit, but you know what? At the end of the day, I shut this off. I go in, cuddle with the wife, go to bed, get up with the kids in the morning, and hang out. Like, it's basically, to me, this is just, okay, what shit can I start for about an hour and then, go about my day.
Yeah, fair enough.
And if shit said a picture is accidentally sent that in a file that I don't immediately see, don't take it personal. I really just didn't see it.
Fair enough.
And when it gets pointed out, I take care of the problem.
So moving forward, if I was to say, you know, we're let's not be so naive to say what is our 5-year cyber plan here, right? What's our digital footprint 5 years from now? But like, where do you see yourself in 5 days, Andrew?
I don't know. It's not here yet. No, my brain is not smooth. My brain is ADHD brain. So yeah. So, but no, in 5 days, I don't know. What is today? Today is I'm getting up with the kids. That's what I'm doing in 5 days. And after that, I don't know. If I see something stupid on the internet where there's a bit of drama somewhere, I'll read up on it for 3 minutes and make an hour live about it.
Fair enough.
Just to stir the shit. I'm a shit stirrer, dude.
You know, I don't like talking politics. It's only because it's one of the few realms in life I will look like I'm stupid because I really don't know anything about politics. I don't subscribe to other people's beliefs. But one of the things that I like to do, I don't know if you know what I do for a living, right? But it's I see a lot, right? I'm in the funeral business.
Oh my God.
And I deal with a lot of families. I deal with death every day.
I see that with your job, by the way.
Yeah,
you look good in a 3-piece suit, young man.
I appreciate it. I will handle I'll handle anything from, you know, a murder to hospice, right? And everything in between. And so it's really firmed up my beliefs. And anytime I have the opportunity to ask somebody about their beliefs, if I find that angle and I can say, you know, hey, are you a believer? You know, I like to ask because it's witnessing, right? It's carrying the message, right? So I ask you tonight, are you a believer?
Am I? I believe in many things, but that's not one of them.
Do you believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for your sins?
No, sir.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well,
I believe the Almighty God. I believe the Almighty Son God Ra gave us light, gave us food, gave us protection. That's what I believe.
Fair enough. You know, and that's really, you know, that's where the conversation about that stops, right? You know,
but there's nothing wrong with having different beliefs. Nothing.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's no. And I hope I didn't make you feel that way at
all.
No.
A lot of people think because I say a lot of evil, I say a lot of what they deem as evil things, that I believe in, like the devil. Well, a form of them maybe, but each religion always has a form of the devil.
Sure, the dark side.
Yeah, each religion has one. So, and yes, I will come up and say "Hail Satan" like 11 million times in somebody's chat just to get a fucking rise out of them. I mean, I believe I went in there I went in Ernie's just the other day and said, "All hail the Blood King." No, that was somebody's chat today. Just to be an asshole.
Can I tell you something about myself? And I'm sure you probably already know it because the lore about my childhood is all over the internet because I've been candid about it, right?
Well,
a lot of the things that I've done on the internet, and it's not justification, it's an explanation. It's not an excuse. It's just, you know, it's an explanation, right? You know, I was victimized as a child, physically and emotionally, mentally, other ways too. And that played out in my personality in the way that I treated other people in life. And then once I had the open forum of the internet to dabble in, you know, I'll be the first to say that I victimized people on the internet too, whether I was body shaming them or shaming them, you know, about anything, right? Financial aspects, religious, you know, affiliations. And it a lot of the way that I interacted with people had to do with trauma as I understand it now. And so I say that to say, you know, did you experience any amount of trauma, you know, as a child that normal children don't go through?
I had what you call a come and go sperm donor.
Okay. So
That's about. Other than that, my childhood, my early teens were great, dude. Theme parks, camping, fucking beautiful Christmases, whole nine.
sounds great, man.
I mean,
wish
I was
had
I was a very respectable kid, very respectable young teenager, and then I just hit that point where I was what you would call a mama's boy. I hit that point where mama said you can't do this, you can't do that, and I said bet 100, and I went and did it anyway.
Okay.
Just produced my first wife and all my children.
Go ahead, Ernie.
Well, Andrew, was you ever abused as a child?
Nope,
Okay.
never, ever, ever.
And you know what? For that, I have a level of gratitude for you, right? Like, because I think that, you know, so many of us have heard, you know, even some of the things Ernie says has happened in his life. There's so many children out there that are traumatized by the adults in their life. And I think that one of the takeaways, Andrew, is that if let's say your neighbor, you hear the neighbor through the wall beating on their kid, what are you going to do?
What am I gonna do? Well, I ain't calling the cops, but they ain't gonna find no evidence.
So you're going to take care of it in your way, right?
Yup. I mean, I come up against one situation in my lifetime to where I had to kick down a door without involving police. And it wasn't for a child, but it was for an animal. And I look at it like this. Abuse is abuse, no matter if it's towards an animal, a child, an adult, male, female, don't matter. Okay?
Yeah.
I had to kick my downstairs neighbor's door in to save a dog that was being burned with cigarettes, tortured, and I couldn't stand it. So I kicked the door in and I took the dog and I said, go ahead, call cops because you ain't never seen this dog again.
Well, let me say this.
He passed away in my arms 3 years later.
And that's, you know, that's sort of it's a terribly beautiful story, right? But I want to make
it sucked, but you know, I lost 3 friends because those were at the time I was friends with all 3 of them. And I didn't know they were doing this to this dog behind closed doors until I happened to be taking the garbage out one night and I overheard the shit. You know, I mean, it happens. You don't know who people are, whether they're on the internet or in real life. You don't know who they are.
Right. And let me, you know what? I want to make a promise to you and Lips tonight, right? And the one thing that I want to promise both of you is that I would protect both of your children like I would protect my own.
Well, right now, the only one that may need protection is probably Hunter from me.
But you see what I'm saying, right?
Yup.
Like I would protect yours and Lips' children like they were my own.
I appreciate
I make you that promise right now in front of God and everybody.
No, I appreciate that. I mean,
You know
they're good. Listen, they're good kids. They act wild, but they're good kids.
That's okay.
I mean, if I was to find, listen, I understand why everybody's tweaking. Okay, I get it. The implications are out there. I get it. I understand it. But I also, the Saints, the conversation I had with Ernie about the dark web and shit like that, I looked into that a little bit more. And that's when I started telling people the legit truth about the facts. And everybody's like, don't want to hear it. But the sad truth is, the internet, if you put anything anywhere on the internet and you think it's good, it's not. I mean, everything gets, if it's on the internet, it gets hacked. Your shit could be, God only knows where by now. And
you know, this is the thing. One of the things I also, since you kind of segue into that, you remember in the beginning, I said that when I left here, I believed everyone was inherently bad. And then since I've come back. Cherry Velasquez, I love you, baby. Say, email me, baby. Say, hit me up. I need to talk to you. You dig? Cherry Velasquez is, if anyone knows the lore, Cherry Velasquez was loosely involved in the Orrin and Orson West case, not in a bad way for her because of the internet, but Cherry is a beautiful soul. I have a soft spot in my heart for Cherry, and you really somebody. You still somebody to me, baby. But this is the thing.
That's where I heard that name at. I've heard that. I said that, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
That's Cherry. You dig? Like she's somebody.
So let me ask you a question, Andrew. You said, we was talking about it and everything, and I don't mean to go back through it again and all that, and I'm not going to put you through that.
Email me, Cherry.
Are there something maybe, in this live that with Benny and I and you on the panel, are there something maybe you can take back from it? Like maybe a little, just having remorse, of course, but like, I mean, do you see the actions and what all it's led to now? Like there's tons of people out there and they're just, they're scared to death, man. To be honest with you, they're scared. They're afraid. They don't know what's going on. And, when you do say that these photos, they end up in places, that is true. That is true. We don't know who's out there. We don't know what people goes and does behind the closed doors. We don't. And you're exactly right. I say that. I've said that years and years ago, even with the general awareness. You don't know what people are doing behind closed doors. That's why you see it on the news all the time. And then the neighbors are like, well, I would have never knew that. I didn't know that was happening. But you see what it leads into. And especially from, how you was brought into the internet anyways. And now, you said something a minute ago. Benny said he would protect kids. He would even protect your kids. And you named having to protect Hunter from you, right?
Well, yeah, because I'm gonna punch him in the face when I see him. He said some grimy shit about his brother. He said some grimy shit about his brother. I'm not happy with him.
Fair enough, right? But I think that the vibe that I want to leave everybody with is that, there are, you ever heard of the term circle the wagons, right? Like when it comes to the children, the children of the parents in this community, however irresponsible they may behave, like we still have a duty as, even if you don't have kids, right? You still have the duty to circle the wagon around children that are at risk, right? And I think that's the takeaway, right? Like, I in the promise that I make to you in lips, I would hope you two would be able to let all of the dust settle and be able to make that promise back to me as well, right?
Yeah, but
like if you, right?
Yeah, but to clarify on what I said about shit being leaked and hacked all over, just this year alone, there's been 4 confirmed with every major social media account, and that's including Google accounts and WhatsApp accounts. So anything we post could be anywhere, man. And
it could. But
I mean, given me coming out with this information like I started to yesterday, on the high point of what on the conversation of what Lips and I have said, on the high point of it, it doesn't make the situation any better. But the truth of the matter is that that was a joke until you look into it. And I didn't look into it. I took it as, okay, we're just running our mouths, it's whatever. I took my time, looked into it. I looked into it again this evening. And like I said, there's been 4 documented times that everything's been hacked and leaked already this year. And I think
absolutely. I mean, I think
August.
As adults, I think that we are fully aware of.
But we don't want to hear
it. I get it.
Nobody wants to hear that. That's the scary thing. Everybody wants to think like it's all good. We know it's gonna happen. We know it's happened, but nobody wants to hear it. Like nobody wants to hear somebody blatantly say,
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with secret messages or anything private messages. When you have any kind of groups, there's always going to be people, no matter how secure it is, screenshot this, screenshot that. It's not the thing that it happens, Andrew, that you have to look at. It's when it's going to happen. That's the thing. It's not that it's not going to happen. It's when. If you're moving up and you're constantly building for something, and there's more and more people getting in and finding out about things.
What the hell that is. Sorry.
So
sorry for cutting you off, Ernie. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. But the thing about this is this whole panel today, notice that none of us have attacked you. I haven't attacked you.
No.
Benny hasn't attacked you.
I haven't gotten any pictures of Nicolina's grandbabies. I only got pictures of Lips's family because I recognize their faces for phone calls. I haven't gotten any pictures of anybody else's from Lips. So everybody can ease off of that.
You said you had. Well, let me ask you. You said you had one photo in a file. One photo, just that one photo. That it was somebody.
This was back in the Nicolina fight era. And it
No. I understand that. I understand that because y'all been talking for. I understand y'all's friendship and how far it goes back in the history. I understand that. But did you recognize the child whose child it was that the file was sent? Maybe if it's just one.
I was reading through messages. So she screenshot the shit, sent it to me. I was reading through messages, and and knowing my luck, because I was just skimming through the shit, I just scrolled right through it. And like I said, I didn't even notice it until my sub said something, and then a few other creators said, "Yo, that's not Lips's kids. That's
okay. Oh, so on your messenger, other people has access to your messenger, right?
No, nobody has access to my messenger.
And I think
how would people go ahead? Then how would people
go ahead?
Then how would people see that picture to say that's not?
Because I shared it on my live. I went in my messenger on my computer and shared my shit on my live.
Well, and I think
go ahead, Benny.
I think that the implication, Andrew, is that whoever's is it Rosie? Is this her lady? Is this the lady's name?
I don't know. But
so whoever this lady's kid that was shown, right? The implication that is sort of woven in there. The implication is that there's sort of proof of concept that even this child whose imagery was given to you and shown accidentally is sort of proof of concept that makes everyone believe that the stuff that's going on now is an actual reality. Can you understand that?
Yeah, I mean, I could see where I do see that. But what I'm saying is, as far as I know, and of what I recognize of the photos that I get, they're of her family.
Right. I get that.
Other pictures, as of this situation that's sprung up this week, I have not received any photos.
No,
at all.
And you know what? She has essentially absolved you with the verbiage that she says.
And I don't know who.
Hold on. There's enough people that have been paying really close attention, and I have not. However, I do know. I remember when it was brought up about you accidentally showing, this child, and that's proof of concept, right? So when someone says they're going to do something and we already have seen that person do it before, it becomes a real fear, right? It's like, so how do we know?
It becomes something to be leery about. Yeah.
Right. How do we know? Yeah. How do we know that situation isn't just like what she's saying it's now, right? Because when the child before was accidentally shown, she wasn't blabbing about it, or she wasn't disclosing the fact that she had shared it to you, right? She had shared it to you, whether it was accidental or purposeful. She shared it with you. The imagery was shown accidentally. And then it's like, oh, what did she say? Something like, take that down, right? It was something like that.
No, I got off and I called her. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we went back and she deleted it. And she goes, holy shit, I didn't even realize it was in there. I said, well, I didn't even fucking see it. So,
okay.
Because she didn't even realize it was there until it was pointed out.
I think that we all get the connotation though, right? So
Right.
Ernie,
And I'm pretty sure there's a screenshot of it somewhere of where it was shown, but not shown as like the whole picture, but as like a little speck down in the corner.
and I would say that if there is any imagery of that child that exists on the internet and you happen to come across this, please maybe do a little soul searching and remove it, right? So
Yeah.
moving forward,
I mean,
from
I
all of
got
that,
rid of it
right?
because
Ernie,
I didn't.
Go ahead, bro.
PG's little girl, thank you so much for your contribution, Queen. It means the world to us. Ernie, do you have anything to say in closing?
Well, Andrew, the biggest thing tonight is learning and, accepting, that, these people are mad. These people are aggravated. These people don't know what to do. They're confused. They don't know you. Beanie and I, we happen to know a little bit about you because of the history we have together. And
Yeah.
we know a little bit what to expect. But, your average person is, to be honest, we all have had our faults in the past. Beanie and I used to fight like son of a bitch. We hated it. We wanted to. I mean, there was a time Beanie was my worst enemy. I was worse Beanie, But now look at us. Look at us now. Me and Beanie, we talk on the daily. I mean, every once in a while we call each other. We talk. We make sure each other's good. When I was going through my health problems and medical stuff, guess who the first one it was? Boom, Beanie was. Beanie was
Talked
asking
to my
about
mom before.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Listen, I got pictures. Listen, I got pictures of when Ernie was in the hospital. I mean, shit.
Right.
Okay, so we all kind of have a history. So these other people, out there, they don't, they're not in close to us and everything. They don't understand, how I think about things, how Benny thinks about things now, and then you're probably one of the most twistedest persons I've ever met in my life, and I met a lot of people, and just because I can't grasp your reality on things, it doesn't make you a criminal. Okay, you could be, and you tell everybody you do this, you're sick. You tell everybody that you always have. You like to twist things up, and you like to do that. Yeah. For me, morally, I can't do it. I know Benny couldn't do it, but that don't say that whether you're right or whether you're right or wrong about it. The moral issues we don't share the same. We don't. But one thing we can learn tonight from this is, you agreed. You see now that it was something that shouldn't have probably been out there. That it could have been cut off. And this wouldn't have ever happened. But you understand that, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was just said, it's done, it's over with, it's said.
Yeah.
People are going to be leery about it. I understand that.
Absolutely.
I get it. But to keep running it like it's something that's really happening, I mean, I wouldn't personally, but I mean, it's in people's heads. So it's going to take them a minute
And I'm going to get off here, but could you do me one favor, Andrew, just to, just for the record?
Huh.
Now you know what my motto is, right? We the people will protect. You know that, right?
Yep.
Would you say that for us, right fast, just to let everybody know where you're coming from?
Listen, your motto is your motto, not mine.
No, say it, Andrew.
I ain't heard it in a minute. I won't.
We the people will protect the children at all costs.
Yes, the people will protect the kids at all costs.
There you go.
Even though.
There you go, buddy. Hey, I'm out, Benny. Thank you, brother. I'll see you later. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you guys. Have fun, guys.
Have a good night, Ernie.
Yeah.
So do you have anything that you want to say in closing, Andrew? And again, I hope that I hope you don't feel like this was ambush.
No,
I really
not, dude.
One of the things that I want to leave you with is that I don't think that you understand the positive power that you possess. You are fully aware of the negative power you possess, as we all usually are, right?
Oh, yeah.
However, you possess a positive power in the sense that with you upping your game, like, you know, troll in a different angle or a different fashion or whatever, you too could change just one other person in the way that they think about, you know, everyone loves to troll. Come on. Everyone loves to troll.
Oh shit, dude. I ain't gonna front. I've been loving the attention. I ain't
And
gonna
I
lie
get
to you.
it.
I've been loving the attention. I mean, don't get me wrong. Each time something comes in my lap and I go overboard, the attention's great. And for about the first 24 hours, and then it just becomes annoying. I mean,
so, you know,
to be honest with you. Like,
I think that I know you can do better. I've seen throughout the years.
I mean, I was doing good for a minute there, leaving all the drama alone. Everybody was just leaving each other alone. Our little group was good. Everybody else's little groups were whatever. And then shit hits, and then I gotta run with the drama, have the fun with it, and then shit will quiet down for a little bit, and then something else will hit, and I gotta run with the drama because a lot of people like the drama and the dumb shit I gotta say about it. And then you got those who really don't understand my way of thinking and are like, yo, what the hell? And I get that. But when it comes down to personal beef with other people, I really don't have any. I just honestly don't care to fuck with them after a while.
And I guess, you know, but before you leave out of here, it's kind of my new motto, right? And it's be the change you want to see, right?
Yep.
Be the change you want to see. And I think that if you can live that, then it can become a reality, right? And you know, I've only taken this time because let me be honest with you, right? Yeah. My time is money when it comes to at the end of my life when I'm laying in the bed before I go meet Jesus. Like I'm gonna think,
but listen, you can't take
here's
that
2 hours and 50 minutes I gave to Andrew Hiltz that I could have spent somewhere else.
Right. But I appreciate that though. But like I said, I mean, look, money you can't take with you when you go. It's just what you leave when you go. You know?
That's it.
And you listen, you was one of the biggest trolls. Man, you were I went worse than you did, which of course nobody ever thought that was humanly possible. Nobody could get worse than Benny Keys. But you know, I did. And you took 18 months to do whatever you had to do in real life, and you flipped it on its head. And you're like, you know what? Fuck that shit.
Look here, homie. I had to find Jesus, right? Like, I had to find him. And I know that, you know, right now that you saying that's not your thing, but I tell you what, I had to go looking for him, and guess where he was? He was right by me the whole time. I went all the way around the world to end up right where I was at, right? So,
great. Listen, I know where he is. He's in the same spot. He's in the same spot I left him over a year ago.
And he's waiting on you, bro. He's waiting on you. So, in closing, you know, I want to say that there's definitely some people out there that think I'm a lost cause. There's definitely people out there that think you're a lost cause. And I think that prove them wrong, bro. Prove them wrong.
Well, I got to leave you with one good note. Outside of all this bullshit, all the da-da-das, all right, I got to leave you with one good note. I did do one good thing since you've been gone.
Tell me.
Well, outside of finally getting joint custody of my youngest, outside of that, I got ordained last year.
Really?
Yes. I haven't really spoke on it because it wasn't really, you know, my thing to speak on because up here I have I'm the bad guy, I'm the demon, I'm the devil. I ran with that persona from day one. I don't really discuss my personal like that up here because to me that's like not really the reputation I got for here. You know what I mean? So, but no, last year, about 2 weeks before I got married, I got ordained and it's been good. I haven't done anything with it. I'm just happy I did it.
Well,
you know, it's just something that's like, all right, cool, in case I'm needed. Because you never know what's going to happen. You might have a friend last minute and he wants to get married type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it.
My brother, Ericon, just got ordained, I think he said last month. So we taking high roads in personal lives, but internet reputation's already preceded us, so that's going to be more of a difficult thing to flip on its head. You know what I mean? And no, it's not about money. I mean, I didn't do it it wasn't about money. It wasn't about making money. It was actually because at the time we didn't think we'd have somebody to marry, for my wife to marry us. So I went and did it to do it for my marriage.
It's a beautiful thing,
You know?
bro. That's a beautiful thing. You know, I don't have, I don't have any, I don't have anything to say about somebody that, like, the way, bro. You know
I'm
the way.
slowly but surely fixing shit in real life before I get over here. I've been 9 months going on 10, clean of alcohol. Yeah, I still have my moments. I mean, going cold turkey is difficult for a lot of people. But I mean, there's a lot of good things I'm doing off the tubes that I don't share.
Fair enough. In closing, before I boot you out of here,
Yep.
I just, I know you could be better than this, bro. Right?
Oh yeah,
And
I know. I can be too. I know I can.
Listen, I've seen you in real emotion, and I've seen, I've seen glimmers in lips too. I don't think anyone is a lost cause. I think everyone is redeemable. Everyone is worth the effort to try to save them if they want to save themselves. Right?
I agree.
All right, man. Get out of here.
All right. You have a good night, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you. Pendar said she's sorry she had to fish a piece of bacon out of her bra. Thank you, Out of Pocket. I had initially, I spoke with Nicolina last night, and, I felt like I was being called, right, to speak on it. And, Nicolina said, we don't need you to do that. We don't need you to do this. And I hope Lips doesn't feel like I'm bashing her. I hope Andrew, I feel sufficiently confident that he doesn't feel like I was bashing him. And at the same time, I want to be, I've said it a few times, I want to be the proof of concept of change, right? Yeah, did it feel, I get it. It felt great. It felt looking back, like it was just a toxic high that you get from the internet, right? I don't know why I've got a glare right there like that. Maybe it's Jesus shining his light on me. I get it. The dopamine release for toxic trolling has to be by volume substantially larger than the dopamine release that you get from a positive interaction on the internet, right? Look at it. It just, hey man, his light is all over me, baby. I hope we can all get back to the body shaming, right? And then move up from there, right? Let's move up from there. Hey, randomly, good to see you, baby. Casey, you show right, baby. I don't know. I just, I know that there's going to be probably some much cooler reception to this whole situation. But at the same time, like, please don't fault me because please don't look down upon me because I feel like everyone is redeemable. I feel like everyone is worth the effort if they want to be better and they want to save themselves from, the dismal feeling that you can get being in the depths of this YouTube, right? So, moving forward, like everybody's redeemable, right? And And the thing is that we have to start applying our real life dynamics and angles to the internet, right? Like hate bonding. Look here, you're gonna bond with the neighbor on your left because you don't get along with the neighbor on the right and they hate them too. No, you're gonna disregard both of them. Right? So like bring the human affect back to the internet. And the one thing that I will say in closing is that if you don't have anything nice to say, I guess don't say anything, right? If we knew better, we do better, right? So with that being said, I want to come over here and we're going to go down. Miss Brooke, thank you for becoming a YouTube member, baby. You know, it means the world to me. Night Watch MGA, thank you for becoming a member. TLC, thank you for your membership. Miss Cheshire, it's been a long time, baby. Thank you for becoming a membership, and thank you for gifting a membership. Miss Bjarnason got the same birthday as my mama, so you know we people. You hear me? Thank you for your contribution. Nikki Blicky, thank you for your message and your contribution, Queen. You know it means the world to me. You know it does. Miss Kaz, as always, baby, you know it's nothing but love. Nicolina with another contribution. Thank you so much. PG's little girl, thank you for your contribution. TOG, thank you for becoming a member. All of the members, I may be different than a lot of creators out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fill it up with my word salad. You're going to always have something to look at. You dig? Cass, and again, I want to preface this. You ladies don't have to do this. I am overwhelmed by the gratitude. I truly am. You don't have to do this to have your voice be heard or your message be heard. You know, I understand it's, you know, showing love, but I want you to know you don't have to do this, right? PG's little girl, thank you again. Miss Beth MG Dutton, I almost called you McDutton. I'm thinking of a McSandwich right now. Beth, thank you so much. Fugitive Recovery, thank you for your contribution, Queen. You know it means the world to us. Miss Lila, as always, baby, thank you for your contribution, Queen. And Miss Casey K, bringing up the caboose, baby. I sure appreciate all of y'all. Anyways, I think that it's, you know, it's a lot harder on the internet to go around, you know, being positive, right? There's so many dynamics, right? You're clicked up with these people and these people don't like these people. But I'm going to tell you, right? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't measure any of you people by who you're friends with. I don't care, right? I don't care who Nicolina is friends with. Don't like these people over here. If I have a relationship with Nicolina, that's my business, right? I don't care. Let me tell you this in closing. I got two more things. A lot of you know that for 3 or 4 years, I ignored Matt at White Boy Lockdown Radio. And when I would engage, it would only make it more fierce and the fire hotter and the toxicity greater. I prayed for Matt while he was in the hospital and he's sick. I don't want to pat on the back. But occasionally, since I've been back, and actually today, we texted back and forth. I look forward to communicating with him. I know he's a busy dude. I'm busy. But when I text him, he gets back with me in a timely fashion. You know what I mean? And really, like, my only regret to the whole thing is that I didn't work out the situation with him years ago, right? The other thing is this. The cheat code for the internet is Tiny T. The cheat code. I love all of y'all individually, baby. The cheat code for the internet, the way you win a battle on the internet, is to ignore it. It's how you win. You'll be undefeatable, right? You will be actually undisputed and undefeatable if you ignore it. That also makes you the bigger person, and it sets the standard for the people that you choose to stand with, amongst, or around, right? Your colleagues, it's a sought after attribute, right? Although I know that's going to be impossible to do here, right? Because so much of what goes on in certain communities, it absolutely, the cornerstone and the foundation of it is to make sure that the next idiot does the most idiotic thing on the internet, right? However, if you're on a different path or you're searching for something different, lighter, higher vibrational, like just ignore it, right? Okay. So I have a past. Okay. So I'm navigating a situation. You don't got to tell me. I already know. We're all navigating situations. You don't have to tell me. I can see it once, and if I see it again, I'm going to ignore it, right? If you want to win, ignore it. Because guess what? Nobody wants to watch a fight where it's one person fighting someone that's not even fighting back. That's not a fight, right? So if you ignore it, I assure you it will go away. Thank you, Tiny T. You show right. I can't get it off of me, baby. I can't get it. It don't matter where I go. It is literally the light is shining upon me. Anyways, I love all of y'all individually. I hope somebody heard what they needed to hear tonight, right? And I think that it's a good model. Angel on Earth, thank you so much for becoming a member, baby. It means the world to me. It's a good model. If you can be this way online, think of who you could be in your real life. You could be anybody you want to be. You don't have to go to the internet to try to be whoever you want to be. You could be that person in real life, and it's just going to follow you over here, right? Anyways, all of you ladies, I sure appreciate the overwhelming love, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tomorrow, I think we're going to dip into this Donna Serafina situation yet again. Y'all have a great night. Hey, check on your people, right? Pray for your people. Have a great night.